friends, to another podcast episode. And today we got Best Cinema of 2023. We made it, folks. We made it to the end of the year. So many bangers and a lot of L's as well. So today on this podcast, we'll have a group of creators, people just giving their best movies of the year. So let's have fun. Before we go any further, I know there's no one in live right now, but just to let you know, guest requests are open. So if you do want to join, the door is open. So best cinema of 2023. Guest requests are open. You may join. Film Fanatics will be joining. Media Guy will be joining as well soon. So stay tuned for that. Actually, let me share this real quick to them. Media Guy will be joining as well soon. So stay tuned for that. Actually, let me share this real quick to them. So, what is okay? Lost connection. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me or not. It's gonna be one of those lives, I guess. Yo, they're late. Anyway, so let's go through my list of movies. What's up, Friendly Neighborhood? Guest requests are open. Let's have this conversation. Best cinema of 2023. So, now this isn't my list. This is just together a lot of films and whatnot, just to get an idea. But if we have a lot of people in here, it might just be a grid. So that's the top.
Hey.
What's up?
Just talking about favorite movies of 2023.
Yep.
Hold on, I'll grab a screenshot of my list real quick.
All right. Yep. I'll show my list at some point once we get everyone here. But yeah. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. How do you? Let's see here. Enhance. No, that's not what I want. Ooh, man. Let's see. Nah, that's not what. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get this situated. All right, I think that works.
That's
Take that one.
No.
Hopefully that works. Ooh. So what's your?
What was your favorite?
My favorite would be. I think I made a list. Hold on, real quick. Made a list. Let me pull that up real quick. Hold on. Ooh. If I could figure out how to do it. Film Fanatics, send your invite real quick. Let me get this shit, bro. Here we go. What's your top?
Me? Let me see. My favorite of the year was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. For sure. Great end to the trilogy. Some of the best scenes in the MCU. Yeah. It's a great movie. My second favorite was, in pretty good juxtaposition, Oppenheimer.
That's good.
Yeah. I did Barbenheimer. Saw it on my birthday. Because I'm pretty sure they released them they released like right around my birthday. I don't remember exactly when. My third was one I saw recently, Wonka. I really loved Wonka. Um, Best Willy Wonka movie. Period. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Finally got it. My bad. No, I'm sorry.
That's cool.
So this is my ultimate top 20.
Let me see. I gotta go. All right. Well, thanks for having me up for the few minutes. You have a good. Y'all have a good day.
You too. You see it, Phil?
And then there were two.
Yeah. Hopefully, media guys drop by. Professor.
Yeah, you call me absent on the lives.
Well, at least you're here. All right, so let's actually get this started.
Yeah,
This is taking way too long. Yeah, so my top 20 is Across the Spider-Verse, Iron Claw, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, The Color Purple. I still haven't done the review for that yet, but Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Past Lives, Air, Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning, or Death. Is it Death Reckoning or Dead Reckoning? I think it's Dead Reckoning.
I still have yet to see that.
You haven't seen that yet? That's pretty dope. Anyway, let me Creed 3.
The thing is that
Yeah.
Hey,
What's up?
how's it going?
Good. So what's your top 10 or just what's your favorite films of this year?
Of this year, I don't know. I just saw Silent Night in theaters, the action movie, the Christmas movie. That was pretty good. I had no idea going in that it didn't have any dialogue.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a shock.
Yeah, it's a bit of a change.
Yeah.
Change of pace.
I enjoyed Killers of the Flower Moon though. That was pretty good. John Wick is probably my favorite of this year though. John Wick 4, the conclusion.
You know, as much as I enjoyed that film, it came out so early in the year. I keep forgetting that it comes out. It came out this year, to be honest with you. But
Then there was Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer was pretty good.
Oppenheimer, The Clone Tyrone, The Covenant, Infinity Fall, Turtles, Wonka, Blackberry, Poor Things, which is super hilarious. The Holdovers. The Holdovers is actually really good. Not a lot of people talked about it that much though. And Good Person. That's my top 20.
Did you see Thanksgiving?
Yes,
The slasher film that came out?
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, it's a good slasher film, but I mean, I don't know if it would fit my top 20. Because, I mean, I told another creator that, because he was saying some stuff, like Godzilla -1. I'm like, yeah, they're good. There's so many bangers this year that it was kind of hard to put them in the top 20.
Yeah. I just saw Leave the World Behind, the Netflix movie that came out, and I didn't really like it as much as most people did. I mean, it was all right.
Yeah, it's a very interesting film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Film, you're being very quiet, man. I advise you on you being very quiet. Film fanatics, where are you at?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I'm just letting the other guy talk.
Well, he's. Are you? Do you have any more to say?
What are we supposed?
You're supposed to get.
What are we supposed to do? Have a debate here? I mean, I like how you have Across the Spider-Verse is number 1.
It's not a debate. It's me asking y'all's. Hold on.
Hey, what's good, you guys? How you guys doing?
Read the title, film.
mean,
It's
that's one of them.
Best Cinema of 2023. I'm asking everyone that comes into this live, what is your favorite films of this year? That's the whole point of this live. Yeah, because the end of the year thing.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead and yeah.
No, go ahead, Black Hero.
I mean, you-
So I really actually have a new take on The Flash. Hear me out. I was talking to this buddy of mine, and he said instead of looking at Flash as one of those superhero movies or the Flash that you read in comic books, look at it as a comedy of a superhero. And I did. So I went back and I rewatched it. I loved it.
Oh, Lordy.
No, well,
Professor,
hear
get in
me
here,
out,
bro.
like because you understand. Like, listen, bro, we had this conversation the other day, and I'm like, no, it's not funny to put a baby in the microwave. But when I just watched the movie, all right, listen, I'm gonna not gonna lie to you, I was on a gummy, and and
all right.
but I really actually enjoyed it when like just relaxed and I didn't put so much pressure on the Flash. I was like, this is hilarious.
It is
Like all
painfully
the
unfunny.
Yeah, but all the jokes about like the time traveling, like Back to the Future, like they had a lot of jokes like that, and I was like, that is funny. The way that he eats the food is funny. With him finding, Michael Keaton Batman or whoever Batman, and trying to convince him he was from the future, and like Batman just immediately believed him. I'm like, that's exactly how that would have happened in the comics.
See, this is what I was talking about the other live. Is like that's why when I go into films, I don't really try to be on anything because it'd be hurt my uh, true, honest review. Because if you had to find a different perspective while on something, then that just shows the quality of the film. To be honest with you,
Yeah, but like, okay, here's another example. The Super Mario Brothers movie. I loved that movie, but like after I read the reviews, I realized that, a lot of people didn't like it because Mario didn't have the Italian accent. But I was like, Mario doesn't talk throughout the whole, Nintendo thing, except
hmm
for like Mario. But that's it. And that movie was so fun. And my favorite part about that movie is that little star that's in the cage, and he says, hope is like despair. Hope is the equivalent to despair, meaningless. Or he says something clever like that, bro, and the whole entire like audience lost it. But my point is that I wasn't going in with the mindset that this is a Super Mario movie. It's a kids movie, and it was funny. I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
yeah, I mean the Mario film. I really didn't mind the whole Chris. Is Chris Pratt that voiced Mario, right?
I don't remember who it was, but yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was Chris Pratt.
Yeah. I didn't mind it. I do think they're really using him a lot lately with voice acting with now Garfield coming out, but I mean it didn't really bother me as much. I like the story. I can see I think it's one of those kind of like Five Nights at Freddy where that film was more for the fans, and so the critics didn't care for that film as much. Now the critics loved Mario, but it wasn't really you hear from a lot of the fans of Mario not liking the film. I think that if you put those two films together, you can see the difference between the critics and the fans, pretty much.
Yeah,
I
and see,
enjoyed it.
like Professor is saying, like I was with him, but then I remembered it's like they're not making this movie just for us. They're making it so that everyone else can enjoy it too. You see what I'm saying? So,
Right.
like, don't go into the movie with the mindset that this is going to be the Dark Knight. Go in with the mindset that it's going to be the CW, The Flash.
Yeah. Professor, you're talking a lot, man. Why don't you just join the live, man? I sent you an invite, bro. Well, I mean,
Oh, go ahead.
me personally, I think I don't know. I was talking to Franco earlier, and because he loves the Flash, and he's been on everyone about it recently. But here's my thing with the Flash. I think looking back on the Flash, you have to cherry pick the good moments, but those little moments are so little comparison to the big issues in the film that the film just doesn't do well for me
The
personally.
only good thing in the Flash movie is Michael Keaton's Batman, but it's not good enough to warrant the movie's existence. And if you have to view a movie to a point where you have to view it from a different perspective and look at it in a different hindsight and light, well, the movie ain't good to begin with. Because if you have to do that, you shouldn't have to do that. The movie should be good on its own without having to do that. That's like saying that, to have a director's cut, the movie should still be good without having to have a director's cut and make it good.
Right,
Yeah.
but with that being said, like Dungeons and Dragons, I was expecting something completely different, but it was another
Yeah, but with the
comedy.
Flash movie, I was expecting them to, respect the character. I was expecting the Flash movie to be Barry Allen, but none of that happened. Like whether or not this, like, you can take a comic book movie and say that it's not just made for fans of comics, but also general public. But you also have to handle the character, and be true to the character. Otherwise, what's the fucking point in doing a movie on said character? Ezra was not Barry. If anything, he was more like Bart. Everyone says Wally, but he was actually more like Bart, and he was a complete miscast. You do an adaptation of like the Flash's most iconic story and completely fuck it up.
But see,
Like,
here's my opinion about that. We did get the Flash movie. We got it in animated style, the Flashpoint Paradox, and
well,
that
then what's
movie
the
is
point in doing a
gold.
live action movie then? What was the
for
point in doing a
for
live action movie
everyone
then?
for everyone else that doesn't watch animation, for the people that enjoy seeing a superhero, a
Well,
funny
then it's not a
superhero movie.
Flashpoint. Well, then it's not a Flash movie. Then you do realize the Flash movie didn't have a single Flash villain. There was not a single Flash villain in a Flash movie. The first live action Flash movie, and it never had Reverse Flash. It didn't have any Flash movie, any Flash villain, and it was a poor adaptation for the first live action movie, and not a single Flash villain was in that film.
Hey, bro, all right, hear me out with what you just said. So the key word here is it was not a good adaptation. So
Not
I
just
feel like,
that.
because I'm with you with that, because I'm
Not
like,
it's
I
not just
wanted
that.
the.
It's not just that. Look at Man of Steel. Man of Steel is a Man of Steel is a bad adaptation, but it still had General Zod in the film. You can have something can be a bad adaptation, but at least still be true to the character or have some villains in there. Like that's like having a Batman movie and not having any Batman villains. Think about it. Let's say they made a live action Batman movie, but did not have a single Batman villain at all in the film. That's how it was with the Flash. They used literally Zod. They used fucking Superman villains, not Flash villains. Like, what's the point? That's like me
But
going and
see,
making
like,
a
I'm thinking
Batman
about
movie.
the animated movies, and some, like, I can't name one, but like, some movies don't have, like, it's about Batman, and it's not about, oh, well, the Joker didn't have Batman in it, but that was a good movie.
Yeah, but guess what? It had the Riddler, who is still a Batman villain. And that's my point. I'm saying that's like saying you make a Batman movie without any Batman villain, without the Riddler, without Scarecrow, Joker, anyone. Like that they still had a Batman villain in the Riddler. Batman Begins didn't have the Joker, but it had Ra's al Ghul, it had the League of Shadows, who are Batman villains. Dark Knight Rises didn't have the Joker, it didn't have that, but it had Bane, a Batman villain. But the Flash movie had no Flash villain, no Reverse Flash, no Rogues, nothing. Didn't
Okay,
even
I'll
have
add
Reverse
that.
Flash. The
I'll add
most
that to the.
important part to the Flashpoint story is Reverse Flash. That is how Barry's mom it gets unalived. Is Reverse Flash, and he wasn't even in the film.
And I respect that answer. And let me be clear, bro. I'm not saying that this was art. I'm just saying that I just was able to look at it from a different perspective and enjoyed it from that perspective. But your points are valid. Like, this wasn't a Flash movie. But to say that, hey, you know what? If you look at it from a different perspective, because Frankie or Franco is the person that actually did say that to me. And I was like, you know what? I am going to give it another try because I want to see it from other people's point of view. Like, why did you enjoy it? Why did you not like it?
You
If
know
that
what
makes sense.
the Flash really reminds me of. It reminds me of a bunch of writers in a room and just throwing around ideas, and that's basically the film was the represented that of writers just throwing stuff together, trying to play out different scenarios and whatnot, see what fits best for the film, but it just could never find what really grounded the film and gave the film life. It just felt like a mixture of just ideas and just didn't tie together very good.
No, that
Okay,
was
then what was the
painfully,
difference between
painfully,
that?
it's painfully unfunny. There was literally nothing. The only thing about that movie that's funny is the movie itself being a joke.
I think the Flash suffers from what Aquaman 2 suffered from, is that the fact that but tons of reshoots, a dying universe that had no future, and those films were supposed to do something for the future of that universe, but since the universe was coming to an end, they had to do tons of reshoots, plus also the issues they had to deal with Ezra and now Side Forces, but all that together, I mean, I think it just became a mess, just kind of like like you're making, let's say, like a cake or something, you're cooking and you mess up a ingredient or something like that, or had too much salt, so you start trying to throw stuff together, but then if you think you did something well, but you give it to the people and it just doesn't. It's even worse than where it started at.
All right, then
Until
let
it
me
takes me out.
let me challenge you guys on this. Name a not Batman, but like name a superhero movie that did so well that you were like, this is A tier.
Logan.
Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, Logan, Captain America: Winter Soldier, Infinity War, the first Avengers, Iron Man 1.
Yeah, okay, so to be fair, let me take out Iron Man. Well, Iron Man's not
Well, that's like
technically.
that's like saying take out everyone. Then if you're just like, oh, take out
I
Well,
Batman.
I mean,
love,
no,
I
well,
love, I
my
love
point
Iron Man.
is
I don't know about that.
superhero.
I love Iron Man, the first one, for sure.
Even taking out Iron Man, you still have Winter Soldier, you still have Infinity War, you've got Guardians 1, Guardians 3, you've got fucking, there's multiple other, you still got Logan.
I'm
X-Men Days of
sorry, you
Future
know
Past.
what? I understand what you guys are saying, but I really did not get all that hyped up about those movies.
What, Iron Man?
Wait, hold
None
up.
of them. Like
You said,
I'm not a huge Marvel
wait,
fan. So like
so
when
you don't
Iron
like
Man.
Logan? What, Logan?
No, I did not like Logan. I'm not a Wolverine. Hey, listen, let me be fair. I'm just not a Wolverine fan. I went to the movies. I went and saw Logan and when he Days of Future Past. Well, he's not in that one. But like, yeah, I've
He
seen.
is in that one.
Is
He's
he? All right,
always
yeah,
in
but
it.
I've seen the movies, but I'm just not a fan of Wolverine.
And that's
Well, then
fine. I
that's
mean,
like,
that's cool.
are you a fan of Captain America? Because you've got Winter Soldier, you've got Civil War.
To be fair, bro, I'm not a huge Marvel movie fan. I'm
Well, let
Well,
really
me
then
not.
there's
ask you
not really
this.
many there's not really many DC movies. There's not like a whole lot of great DC movies out there then for us to mention. Because you
Well,
said not to mention
Let me
Batman.
ask you this, Black Hero. Out of, if all the Marvel films beyond MCU or any Marvel film, which one do you actually like? Actually,
Marvel, honestly, Marvel, Spider-Man. Spider-Man is the 1 and 2 of Spider-Man are my all-time favorites. I remember
Right.
that I saved up all my money to go and buy
Let me ask you this
tickets.
then. Let me ask you this, right? I personally find Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire one of the most overrated comic book movies ever. But let me ask you this. Take Spider-Man 2, remove Doc Ock out of it, remove any Spider-Man villain out of that movie, and they just throw random villains in that have nothing to do with Spider-Man. How would you feel about that?
I agree with you on that point. See, we agree on this point. I agree with you. Like I said, my only thing is the perspective of it. Like you just said, you're not really like a Spider-Man. You feel like Spider-Man's overrated. That's cool.
No. I
The-
love Spider-Man. I'm saying Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire is overrated. I grew up on the movies. I've watched them all. I love Spider-Man. It's my favorite Marvel character. But I'm saying the second one with Tobey, I find to be extremely overrated. That doesn't mean I don't like Spider-Man.
I feel you, but
Well,
I didn't like number 3 because there was too many people in it.
I don't like 3 either.
I didn't like 3 because he had freaking Bully Maguire up in there.
that's the great thing about comic book films, honestly, like hearing the different perspectives, because this is the first time I'm hearing someone not liking Logan. At the same time, I've always heard that people love Spider-Man 2, but then you're a professor. And being on this app, I've heard nothing but love for Spider-Man 3, which I still to this day don't understand. But, you know, it's really interesting hearing different perspectives and seeing what makes
Well,
people love certain films.
as far as the not liking Logan regard, like I love Logan. However, like if I had to put myself in the perspective of someone who doesn't like Black Hero, then yeah, I mean, I wouldn't find it enjoyable either because I mean, you really kind of had to follow his story throughout the X-Men films to really have that, I guess, emotional attachment that they were trying to push for. So I can definitely respect that for sure.
Right. I
One thing I
didn't grow
do,
up. I grew up with the X-Men animated series, but I didn't grow up with Wolverine or Punisher. I went and saw the movies. I went and saw Punisher. I went and saw Daredevil. I love the Daredevil movie.
word.
I gotta agree with Black Hero that I did not like Logan as much. Like the Wolverine, I think is by far better, and people will fight me on that to this day.
Logan's a
But
better move. Logan is a better film overall. Like Logan is 100% a better
I
film.
feel
I disagree
feel it.
because it's like I feel like the Wolverine has a better overall story, and it's just it kept me entertained and shit, you know. Whereas Logan is like I cared for Logan and I like Logan. I love it, right? I think it's a great film, but it got boring at points, you know. It got really fucking like there was points where like in the movie where it didn't feel like it needed to be a part of the film, you know.
You know, one thing I don't get as well when people say fucking Toby's black suit or like Superman's black suit in the Snyder Cut, they go, "Oh, it's perfect." Personally, I don't think it because it's just taking the original suit and painting it black. Like that's all it is. It's nothing, you know, special or you know unique. It's just the original suit with black in the movies, at least anyway. Like I don't get what people hype it up so much.
See, that's where I disagree with you, Funko. Is like the color scheming on the original suit that movie was terrible to me. I didn't like it. So I feel like the black and white kind of made their movie suit look a little better.
Well,
Just
I,
because it's
I
different
think it's because
colors, you
you're
know what
taking
I'm
you
saying?
out.
And my question is, why change the suit altogether in these films? It's like I grew up with a Superman with
Because they do
blue
it
and
to
red.
sell toys. The reason they change the suits is
Yeah.
to sell toys and merchandise. That is the number one reason, is to sell
And
merchandise.
also, think about it in comics, like comic book heroes or comic book villains, they don't wear the same costume. Yeah, they'll stay the same color scheme, but usually like different artists will change up the designs of the suit and whatnot. So it's cool. It's nice to see change. It'd
Not
be
only
very
that, like
boring to see stagnant
so
shit.
I'm curious on the topic of color schemes. I mean, Deadpool's had I don't know, as far as I know, he's got the X Force costume and then his normal red and black one. Um, I'm a big X-23 fan, and she's got quite a few different costumes too. Like, would you rather just a hero have like one suit, or is it kind of cool? Like, I'm just curious of y'all's opinions. Like, do you guys enjoy
for
seeing
me, it's
different
just
suits, or
making
what do
movies.
you?
Video games is the only time I would say yeah.
I
Okay,
I
don't
enjoy
mind it.
seeing different suits all the fucking time.
I
I
don't
don't
mind
know.
it
It's
when
just it gets boring to me. You know what I'm saying?
now
Like
is it a different suit, like the like armor rating and shit like that, or just
when it
colors? Like, you know
for
what I mean?
me when it
Does that make
for
sense?
me when it
yeah,
for me when it
both.
comes to movies, I'm like half and half. On the one hand, like I get why they like when suits constantly change when it comes to movies because companies are just trying to sell new toys and merchandise and stuff. One thing I don't like is like when you get a new suit in one movie and then like the second film they immediately get a new one. It's like, well, you know, we didn't get time to spend with this one suit, and you're immediately changing it in the second film.
See, I didn't like how they did that in the like. So I'm kind of 50-50 on DC and Marvel. Like, I enjoy them both. But with the Marvel, the MCU Spider-Man, there were quite a few suits in there, and it got hard to keep
Yeah,
up with. And like, I read the Iron Spider, well, I read the comics where the Iron Spider suit was out, and I just did not like the way that they did it in the movies. Like,
oh yeah.
I wish they stayed comic accurate.
Yeah, I hated the Iron Spider suit. That shit looked terrible.
But somebody said, they do that too because they want to sell toys, which is, I feel like, is part of the issue with these movies. Too many hands are in making this, thinking that they're going to either try to sell toys or market or do this or whatever. It's too many hands in the pot. Take the hands out, make a good quality movie, and you're going to sell toys.
Yeah, that was the biggest downfall for the Batman stuff in the 90s. Big downfall was the toy stuff.
I mean,
See,
I
But
thought,
to
like,
answer your question, bro, like I don't like them changing it, but only in video games. Like if I'm in the video game and I want to, make my own little outfit, cool. But I don't need 5 different Batman suits. I love the original, and I understand that people need change. Then change it sometimes. Like make his suit like Black Panther. Like make it where this episode he changes into this suit because he has to get the job done.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, but like for
purposeful.
instance, the Batman suit, like the Batman movie, I think it would be I think it would make sense for him over time to have the suit improved, a different style or different gadgets to his suit
yeah,
than when he started out from.
But with that
especially
comes
the
the
Oh, okay.
realization, like
Then let me
they're
ask you this: how many times has James Bond changed his suit?
that's completely different. That's a
Wait,
fucking suit and tie.
James Bond.
Okay,
lot
all
of
right.
stuff.
Listen, you guys say that that's different, but the
It
point
is
is that
different.
James Bond is an icon.
But
He's
It's
a
a suit
hero
and
icon.
tie.
Hold on a
A
second.
suit and tie that
How
anyone
many
can
James
wear. A
Bond
suit
films
and
have you
tie.
seen?
How
I'm
many
sorry,
James?
but that's not the same
A
thing.
lot of them.
That is not the same
All-
thing as a superhero costume. That's like saying that also wearing a suit and tie is the same as, a Spider-Man suit or a Captain America suit. It's
Well,
not
James
the same
Bond's
thing.
never wear suit and tie for all his missions. I mean, look at Daniel Craig. There's
Exactly.
moments he
He
did.
wears
and moments
normal clothes. He wears like civilian clothes as well.
I mean, Iron Man had a different
Right,
suit.
but he wears his suit like to go out into the casino or to do this or that,
Exactly,
and
dude.
then
Like
he changes.
bringing up James Bond as an example is the worst example ever because it is not the same as wearing a
That's
superhero
not
costume.
true, bro. I could have said The Land Before Time. That would have been a horrible, worse example.
How
I
do you
mean,
wear
I
suits?
see.
You're fucking dinosaurs.
I mean,
No,
I
you
see
said
where
that
you're
James
going.
Bond was the worst example. No, I
Yes,
have
but
way
a
worse
suit.
examples.
I mean,
But
I
a
see
suit.
where you're going, Black Hero. I see where you're going, but if you look at all the films, I mean, maybe in the beginning he's wearing a suit, but like there's been, especially Daniel Craig's James Bond, like he maybe in the beginning wears a suit, but then it changes up all the time, especially towards the end of his film series run.
I mean, you could have just said Iron Man. Iron Man changes the
Isn't there
suit.
one where he's wearing?
Iron Man, Iron Man's a perfect example of that
He's
conversation.
got a different suit every movie. Also,
But the
Spider-Man.
funny thing about that, though,
Especially at the end with the nano.
with each of the suits, like when it comes to suits and different like gadgets, I'd like one of the things I can appreciate about a good comic is if they have a new suit, more times than not, they're going to give you an explanation of like what's the differentiation from the previous one. I believe it was Black Hero who was saying like he's doing this to get the job done. Like Batman's got his freeze suit or whatever when he goes after Victor Fries. I mean, and also like say it's the hero's first year doing their shit. They're gonna learn. Like they're gonna get cut. They're gonna get shot, and they're gonna start not improvising, improving on the suit. Like I like seeing. I can't the word that I'm trying to find escapes me, but the practicality of it rather than just being like, oh yeah, it's been a couple of years, let's give him something new. Like why? Why do they have something new? I want it. I want the reason because if you give me a reason behind it, I'm probably going to be able to enjoy it that much more. And does that make sense, or am I just crazy?
My
No, I
question
feel
is,
what you're saying because I feel that way about Static. I love Static's or like the Static Shock Show costume, but the
Yeah,
new one that they did, like I don't feel like I would buy that toy. I don't like that costume on him.
right. I mean, I'll be perfectly honest. I don't know if any other of you have kids. Like, I got a 5-year-old little girl, and she's equally princess and superheroes. But there's some superhero toys that she'll ask for, and I'll look at them and be like, "Ew, no, that's not entering my house," just because of how it looks.
Bro said, "Ew, ew, no."
I'm like, no.
No, I get you, but like,
Bearded
my
comics, bro.
question is like, why do us as comic fans like to keep things the fucking same and very stagnant? You know what I'm saying? Like,
60.
I ain't gonna lie, I love the fact that like they changed fucking Tom's suit like every movie. You know, it's just like it'd be boring to me. Like, I love the fact that they didn't do his whole like original red and blue suit, that they swapped him to the stealth suit and all that. Like, it adds characterization and like, I don't
Well,
know.
nah, because like think about it, he had his suit in Homecoming / Civil War. That was the same one. Then what? After that, he was in Infinity War, which he got the Iron Spider suit. Then after that,
Yep.
he got the Night Monkey suit. Then the Far From Home suit. Then he fucking like get the upgraded one. Then he gets the one in No Way Home. Like some upgrade. He got like what 2 or 3 suits in No Way Home.
Yeah.
He's had way
And
too
it's
many suits.
constantly, the thing is, if
Like,
you guys
too many.
realize, it's like the Batman shit, right? Funko, it's like the Batman shit. Every movie there, he's upgrading his suit because he always has to deal with bigger and better fucking threats.
But like when it comes to that though, there's no need for him to really have a new suit every single movie, and then to have like 3 suits in one movie.
I'm kind of interested in hearing Stu's take on this. Stu, you here?
What's up?
So, who originally asked the question? Was it Black Hero?
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know.
Oh no, media guy. I think it was you. What was the question again? About the suits?
I don't even remember, bro.
Okay,
It was
how do you
something
feel
along
about
those
Question
suits?
is do you mind if a character changes his suit throughout the movie or in different movies? Do you mind if the superhero changes out in his suit, or what?
Like multiple times.
Uh,
Like
personally,
a Batman
no.
or Black Panther?
Personally, no. I like what Hardcore said about like them needing to upgrade. That definitely works for some characters, but not all characters. Like unless it's needed for the story, I don't know why it has to happen.
So then, I guess another quick sidebar question is, so we all know that there's going to be a new Batman film, Brave and the Bold. Would you rather see a suit that was already used, or would you be welcome to a newer concept of it?
But I kind of
Oh,
want the.
I hope it's
classic.
blue and gray.
Yeah, same. I want the
I hope
classic
they go the
because
Lego
the reason I
Batman
do,
route and just like 100 suits.
the reason I want the blue and grey is because every live action Batman movie we've had has been all black. All black.
Thank you, Funko. Thank you.
Sure.
Like every
It'd be
suit, like
so
can we
fucking
actually
nice
just
to see
get
that.
can we just get a live action Batman suit for once that isn't all black? Other than Ben Affleck's had a little grey in it. Like can we just get one live action suit that isn't all black?
I liked how they changed Luke Cage's outfit.
And not only that,
Yeah,
Blue
Luke's was
Cal with the fucking white eyes. White eyes. Gotta have the white eyes.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know how I do with the
Ooh.
underwear on the outside, kind of like the classic Superman one. I don't know. Like I
I
like
want
it in the
some-
But see,
comics.
that was my favorite one too, though. Like the Batman animated series with his underwear on the outside,
Yeah.
gray suit, yellow. I love that one.
I think it'd be cool to see the underwear on the outside, especially for Batman and Superman. There's some
It's-
characters that don't need it.
Yeah, I think the trunks, no
That's for
trunks is going to be
animation,
highly
but not
debated for
live
years.
action.
Yeah,
We definitely need it for Superman.
Just
though.
more
Superman
intimidated.
needs to-
Like, I'm more intimidated by Batman with the blue cowl than I am with him with the black cowl. That's just me.
Have they announced who's going to play Batman next, or is it Robert
No.
Pattinson?
No.
There's a lot
not
of
announced.
rumors, but I don't think they've
Yeah,
announced
they're
it.
long. James has already said that they're nowhere near casting Batman for the DCU yet. They've not even
We
got a
won't.
story for it.
We won't hear that until like after Superman, if anything, after Superman Legacy and all that.
We just gotta wait until
Oh.
Superman Legacy comes out. I don't want to hear no rumors, none of that shit. I just want to. I'm banking on this fucking movie.
I'm just
want-
hoping for a Legion of Doom movie. That's all I want.
Yeah.
A Legion of
Wait,
Doom movie
so-
starring Black Panther, Lex Luthor, Brainiac. That's what I want to see.
Does no one care about Danny DeVito playing Batman? No.
I think my problem with the white eyes, I think would be a production thing, because they would
have to try to make it so it's like his eyes are like it reacts like when he squints, opens, closes, blinks, all
See,
that.
that's the thing, Bearded.
That's what would be the problem. It would be hard for them to like make sure that works the whole movie.
See, that's my thing. That's why you do like a bit of prosthetics and a bit of CGI.
Well, yeah,
like
no,
you make
it worked with Deadpool, honestly, but it's up to the production or James Gunn if he wants to take it that far.
Why would you need it for the whole movie and not just the scenes where Batman shows up?
Well, that's what I mean. The whole movie as Batman.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they try to do that in the Dark Knight movie? But when he does his echolocation thing.
No.
Yeah, but it didn't.
No, that's not the same.
It didn't squint. It wasn't a fixture of his cowl.
And it wasn't all white. It was also like blue, and you could see the haze in the eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like if you want me to be intimidated by Batman, give him the white eyes.
Give him the white eyes. Yeah. It just completes the look.
Well, I did like the Batman with Robert Pattinson. I like that costume.
I know a lot of people say that, if you do the white eyes, then you take away like the whole, facial expression of Batman and all that. But personally, I think even with the white eyes, you can still portray the emotion shit in the face.
I think that's bullshit because you have fucking luchadors fucking emoting emotions with full on face mask all the fucking time.
Look at Deadpool.
If they can do it, a fucking actor can.
Deadpool does it.
Straight up.
Deadpool does it with the white eyes, so why can't Batman?
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, I love this conversation, but a question. What is it called when you have to get back to the topic? Sincerely, you're laughing, but sincerely, there's a word that you
I would
use
just
to
say let's
say.
get back to topic.
What's the topic?
Best cinema of 2023. Like, what's your favorite films of this year? That's one of my questions.
No, I didn't watch
Oppenheimer.
it. I didn't watch it this year.
Oppenheimer.
You didn't watch any
been
films
able
this
to
year?
make it to the movies a lot.
Honestly,
No,
I'm gonna say Super Mario Brothers.
Barbie's taking #1 for me.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Personally, guys, this may shock you, but I'm gonna say The Flash. I think that shit was a masterpiece. I don't know why.
Thank you, bro. I knew I was gonna change your mind. I told
Hell
you
no,
Barbie
bro.
would go
You're
back
having
and
a
rewatch.
dream right now.
Yeah, where's Franco when we
dreaming.
need him?
You're dreaming
Ant-Man
right
and
now,
the
bro.
Wasp, Quantumania.
Yeah, I think the only movies I watched this year were the Marvel movies and probably Super Mario Brothers. I did not really watch anything that was released this year.
So
Hey, bro, what did the little star say when he was sitting in the hope is like despair, meaningless?
I know what he said. He said The Flash was trash. That's what he said.
That star just wanted to die in that movie. That's all that Mario Brothers movie was.
So I went to
We've all
the
been that star at one point in our life, though.
But
I went to the
TMNT
cinema.
is the best animation film that came out this year.
I went to the
Wait,
cinema.
what is?
Hold up. I went to the cinema to see Super Mario Bros. My flatmate, and we were literally the only adults in that theater. The rest of it was kids.
Yeah, that's why I brought my sons with me, so it didn't look weird.
I didn't give a fuck. I felt like a kid watching it again. I couldn't care. I was like, I'm having a fun time.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
No, I'm not going as an adult. Like, I'm big too, so like I'm not walking into a kids theater. No, I'm not doing that.
Bro,
It's
why
not.
not? I mean,
It's
it's
but
something you
Mario
grew up
is
with.
like a
You
big.
grew up
Hold
with
on a
it.
second.
So
I don't care who's in the theater. I'm going to go watch the fucking movie, bro. It's my movie.
exactly.
I've been growing up on Mario, so
Yeah, but you
ain't
look
nobody
young
can put
enough.
a
You don't
age
like
number
look.
on. Ain't nobody can put a
There's
number on me.
grown adults on Twitch playing Mario all the time, but they ain't telling me that I'm gonna get weird looks for watching a Mario film.
Yeah, I'll
Well,
throw a
then I
fucking
guess.
turtle shell at somebody. They'd judge me seeing Mario. You can't.
Wait, hold up. Hardcore. I know hardcore. Black Hero. Did you go see Across the Spider Verse? And I guess you couldn't do that because that's kiddish, because it's animation.
Yeah, I did because my son, my youngest one, 5, he loves Miles. He loves him. So like we had to go and see that. Bro, I didn't get into it.
That's a lot. That's like a lot of people they say. So many people still think that animation is for kids when I'm sorry, it's not. Animation is not just for kids.
First Logan, not
That's
Across the
still
Spider-Verse.
Well, my
yeah,
kid
that's
loved the music and he loved the animation and everything. It felt like a comic book to him. It did feel like a comic book. But for me, that's not the type of animation I like. Like, I don't
that's
like
still
colors in my eye. I don't know why that's weird, but I don't like
That's
different colors
animation.
all over.
Wait,
No,
so
like what I mean, like Justice League didn't have all these
so that's why
different
you like Zack Snyder then?
swirls.
So that's why you like Zack Snyder, because all his stuff is all grey.
I don't really, I don't really like Zack Snyder that much. Zack Snyder. I don't know. I don't want to start an argument. I don't like Zack Snyder. I mean, like I don't know him. Like that's my point. It's like I don't really care who does the movie. I just want to see it done right. Like you could get J.K. Rowling to do the movie. I wouldn't care less. Just do it right.
Well, Across the Spider-Verse was done right.
See, like I guess, man, my kid loved it. All the other kids loved it and everything, but it was so much light. It was like a light show.
A light show.
Which movie are you talking about?
Across the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Really? You didn't like that?
Listen, I just didn't get into it because it's not my style. So it's not, I don't even know if I liked it or not because there was so much color happening. Like I remember Gwen, doing her story. That was okay, but it was still a lot of color and action and not action, like color. I don't know.
That's why I liked it, because the way it was animated. Like they stepped up animation from the first one, which is already crazy to do because the first one was so good. The story is definitely not as strong as the first one, but it is still a good story.
How did you see the Turtles film, Black Hero?
No, I have not seen the Ninja Turtle one yet.
Okay.
No, that is one actually I did see too.
How you feel about that one?
I enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it more than my kids.
Yeah, that shit was good. I like
Yeah,
it.
I had a great time
I just
watching
haven't
it.
seen the new one yet.
Well, I knew TikTok Frankenstein. I knew Godzilla -1 was your favorite, bro. Me and you had that conversation. It's
Bro,
definitely-
I haven't seen
I did
-1
see it.
yet. I want
It's
to
so
see
good.
-1.
It's so good.
Personally, I have a hard time with watching like foreign movies simply for the subtitles. Like my hearing and shit, it like really distracts me because of my hearing and stuff.
I mean, I had the kind of the same, not
Why is that
issue
not-
but concern, but it really isn't a problem. I mean, if you go see an IMAX, it really just didn't bother me.
My local theater have IMAX.
I've never been into that either. Like going to the IMAX theater, I just enjoy the nice theater, sitting up front. No, not up front, not too close, but like that middle row, that seat right there.
Bro, Godzilla -1 IMAX, bro, I lost my mind. Shit, I
I'm
should've
just
gone.
curious how you guys afford to go to all these movies. Like, wow.
Well, because I got Regal's subscription.
Let me ask you this.
My theater has $5 Tuesdays.
Most of them don't have kids.
Oh, bro, so do mine.
Bro, all you
Yeah,
have to do is pay. That's why I get aggravated. All you gotta do is pay $21 a month. If you go to the films a lot, like me, all you do is pay $21. You can see multiple films in a week, and you already paid all of that. For a ticket price, it's like $20 together for 2 films, and you pay $21 each month. If you go to see a film every day, you're getting free films all the time. And IMAX, all you have to do is pay $6. Now, granted, I only see IMAX films for like big blockbuster films, but not like regular films. Regular films, I just go for the free tickets.
Or you can do the old school.
I'm not
movie,
a
buy
film
ticket, and
fan.
Just movie hop.
I don't even have enough
Like-
time to do that.
Yeah, you can do the old school move. You can buy a ticket and just movie hop on your day off.
Yeah, go ahead with that.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: 2 girls, 1 cup in IMAX.
Say what?
two girls, 1 cup in IMAX.
Oh boy.
Is that colorful enough?
Yeah.
Watch that one in 3D.
No, I can't stand 3Ds.
I fucking love 3D movies.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
will say the last movie I saw in 3D was Avatar 2, Way of the Water. That shit was amazing in 3D.
Really?
The
All right.
only
So
movie-
here's a hot take. I did not like Avatar.
Nope.
I do not like
I'm-
Avatar.
This
I'm
man
with you.
didn't like
So-
nothing.
Y'all are
I
just
didn't-
talking crazy. It's
Wait.
No,
All
no,
right.
no,
Hear me
it's-
out. Hear me out.
Yeah. Black
Disney
Mirror, you don't like a lot of
Pocahontas is
things.
the same movie. You're right. I guess I am a review critic. I don't like movies like that.
I just don't like the white savior trope that movie carries.
No.
Wait, how do you
it was an
consider
unoriginal story. It was the same story that's been told in countless other
Pocahontas.
films. But like the
Pocahontas.
cinematography
The
and the
white
fucking
savior
effects,
comes and
amazing.
saves an indigenous group of people. That's the whole fucking story.
Pocahontas.
And I did not fuck with it.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Bearded. I seen the first one and I seen the second one. They just didn't do anything for me. And yes, like you said, the story's been done before.
I haven't even
But
finished the second one. I think I'm about
They are,
45 minutes in.
I will give them. They are like amazing visually. I'll give them that.
Yep.
Like,
I mean,
You
like,
made me feel horrible by saying I don't like, but I love the Joker. Like I was trying to think of something I loved, but I love the Joker movie. That movie was art.
Wait, Black Hero, I'm going to ask you a question, right? Give me your, if you can, give me your top 5 Marvel and DC movies.
The Dark Knight Rises. What else? The Joker. Can I say the Joker?
What is a DC movie? So yeah.
And then I'm gonna go with animation. I'm gonna go with The Mask and Doom.
Doom. Is Doom the DC movie?
Not Doom. Was it?
Single Marvel.
Yeah, it was Doom.
He's talking about Justice League Doom and Mask
Oh.
the Phantasm.
I thought he was just talking about Doom. I was like, what?
Right, Black Hero? That's what you were talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
What's your top 5 Marvel?
Lachlan.
I don't have any Marvel. If I'm gonna put Marvel on there, I'm gonna go with Iron Man 1, 2, and 3, and then like that's really the only ones I actually like that were Marvel.
Did you like Logan?
No.
He doesn't like Logan.
Damn.
But to be fair, I'm more of like an intellect superhero type person. So like I love the Batman because it brings a story. You see what I'm saying? I'm not into the like. I love Daredevil. Like Daredevil was an awesome movie to me.
Did you watch the show?
No, I didn't see the show.
No, you need to watch the TV show. You need to stop what you're doing, Black Hero. Put on that Netflix TV show right now.
That shit's...
Yeah, like...
I will. I am.
Okay, hold on
No,
a second.
seriously, Black Hero, stop what you're doing right now. Pause whatever show you got going on. Put on that fucking Daredevil show, and then you go watch Punisher.
How are you going to say
Right?
intellect deep Dark Knight? Did you even watch Logan?
Hold
Yeah,
up.
bro, I don't remember, like, don't quote me. I don't remember everything that happened in Logan, but that's the one where they're like in the limousine. He's with Professor Xavier and they're trying to, I guess, save the world. And then his little daughter comes with the nails. That Logan, right?
Wait. With the nails. You mean, what nails?
With the little girl that ends up killing the whole entire army squad.
Yeah, that's Logan.
Yeah, X-23. She's talking about X-23.
Yeah, I guess
X-23.
that's what her name is.
Sorry.
Say it's not intellect. I disagree with that.
I disagree too.
I'm going to use your own words against you. You said this to Chris the other day when he had seen Stranger Things. If you haven't seen Daredevil, get off the live right now and go watch it.
The TV show?
You need to go watch that Daredevil.
You said this to Chris the other day about Stranger Things, that he was to get off the live and go watch it, so go watch Daredevil.
Hey, no, real talk. I do need to go. I'm gonna go watch it. Peace. No offense, but like, yeah, peace.
Yeah.
Well,
You
I'm not
need
gonna
to
watch
watch
that
that Black Hero. Dude, that shit is goated. That's like probably the best superhero.
Hey, my
TV
bad.
show.
Real quick, where do I watch it at?
Huh?
Disney Plus.
Yeah, they got it on Disney Plus, and they still have it on Netflix. Right?
Crap.
No, it's not on Netflix anymore.
Okay, yeah, Disney Plus.
Do I need the parent password in order to watch it?
You need to have it set on TVMA for it.
I'm gonna go check it out. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
All right.
Y'all just wanted to get rid of him, didn't you?
Nope.
Damn it. Hold on one second.
Professor Funko left too.
That's all right.
Oh damn, Funko hopped out of here.
I just feel like with him in here, nobody else could talk.
He didn't
Sorry,
even bring
I'm
up
not
Suicide
down
Squad.
again.
He was
I'm
talking about
sorry.
DC movies.
Am I going back to Black Hero picking the Joker? Am I off? Is it off for me to think that that's not even a fucking comic book movie?
No, I kind of agree with you, Beard. I just
Because you
That's not
could
even a
you could
comic
take
book
out
movie.
Gotham
It's
and
just
Wayne and the name Wayne out of it, and it would still be a great fucking movie.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I just think that if you're gonna sit there and say Dark Knight and all that's intellect, any of the Marvel films are not. That's like, I don't know. I really disagree with that. I feel like
You
you're
also
just.
got to keep in mind, Black Hero doesn't really like actively read like us. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I just I respect
Like,
his
it's no
opinion.
offense to his knowledge, and he's very well versed in shit, and he's very well versed in the old school stuff. But yeah, you guys just got to keep in mind, like we are like the active readers that like fucking read this shit week to week, fucking, you know. So we're gonna have a different opinion on shit.
Yeah, correct.
How do you not like Logan and Across the Spider-Verse, though?
You know, as he's not the first person I've heard that say that they don't like Logan, even though I think honestly I don't understand it, but I'll respect their opinion on it.
Yeah,
Actually, I
I
can
can
understand.
understand
I
Logan.
can understand it. I can understand
but
Logan too.
Across the Spider-Verse is blasphemy to me.
See, I can even understand that too. It's it's just some movies just doesn't appeal to people in the way that for the majority of folks do. Like for Logan, maybe because it's too dark. That could be why they don't like it.
That's why I loved it so much. I mean, it was
Right,
the first,
exactly, right. For
it was
this,
the first
I think
Wolverine.
a lot of people with Across the Spider-Verse, they compared it to the first one, and that it, it was a little more drawn out, a lot less action in it. So I think that was
It's
their
like,
problem with it.
Yeah, I
yeah,
liked Across the Spider-Verse better than the first one, to be honest.
Logan was the
me
first
too.
Wolverine movie that got gruesome. I loved it.
Yeah, exactly, right. Like it felt like that's how Wolverine should have been off the top, like totally gruesome, R-rated, like
Yeah,
living
the way
violent.
he was in the Wolverine Origin Uncaged Edition video game, that's how he was in Logan.
Yeah. That's pretty close. Yes, yeah.
But also, Logan was like super slow and drawn out, you know?
Mhm.
Well, it was a
That's
Western.
why
That's
I can say,
okay.
like, that's personally my reason. It got boring at points.
That's
That's
okay,
why I
though.
love the Wolverine a little bit more.
You know what made
I
Logan?
disagree.
Yeah, the Wolverine never, like,
I don't think
was
Logan
boring
was
to me.
boring
It
at all.
was always kept me on my feet.
That's
My
okay,
thing
though.
is-
Every movie has its slow moments. I mean, even John Wick has its slow moments. It's fine to have slow moments in movies.
Yeah.
true.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Slow,
that's
slow
fine.
moments are needed in movies like that, just to
Right.
to break up break it
Yeah.
up a little.
Yeah.
What made
Yeah.
Logan so good is that I think it took the idea what Marvel was doing at the time, which I think they've lost their way with, is that each film it was kind of like a genre, like how the Ant-Man films were like a heist film, Captain America was more political and stuff like that. Logan was a Western film that they took a theme and they ran with it and centered around with also comic book material, but also the story they had already set up in the X-Men films beforehand.
Oh yeah, very very much so. I mean,
Not
it's
just that, but like I feel like a lot of people will look at maybe sometimes like in like this situation, Logan, because like Logan didn't have a whole ton of action, so I feel like a lot of people look at it and go, "Oh, it didn't have action, so it was boring." Like
had
a
great
movie
action.
doesn't. A movie
If you're a
doesn't
fan of
have
Old
to
Man
have
Logan,
a
you're gonna love the Wolverine movies.
hey
So-
TG. Only thing we're discussing pretty much the best movie of 2023, and now we're on why some people didn't like Logan or didn't like Across the Spider-Verse. So that's all you missed.
This live has gone everywhere, but
So cinema in 2023 hasn't been all that great. Like it's been good films, but it's like
I feel like
know.
okay. So I was having this conversation. I think it was with Cosmic on the last live. Like, I feel like when I've seen a lot of people's lists, it's been nothing but franchise. I'm like, bro, just look beyond the franchise films. Like my list, it's like some franchise films in there, but like a lot of like Past Lives, the Poor Thing, stuff like that. The Covenant, like Covenant was fucking awesome. If you love Logan, you're gonna love that film.
The Covenant.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Covenant's amazing.
Yeah, films like that never get.
It's sad that it flopped in theaters.
Yeah. And to be honest, the movie industry has taken a fucking huge dive ever since COVID. So
I'm kind of very interested in the future. What
So if it took a dive, it's just been slowed down a bit. Like I don't think it took an actual dive because there's still been some very quality movies been coming out.
I think he's talking about like financially, because if you look at Disney,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's like the people's ability to go to the movies. You know, everything's gone up in prices, so it's like people got to sacrifice not going to the movies, you know, in order to pay bills.
Oppenheimer kind of bucked that trend because they did very well financially.
A lot of things, something that a lot of people don't like to admit is, whether they like to admit it or not, No Way Home got a lot of people back to the theater.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And
No
people
Way
don't
Home
like
this
to admit-
year?
People don't like admitting it because it's a Marvel movie and an MCU movie, so they don't like admitting it. But that shit nearly was just under $2 billion. That got people back.
and it's been the franchise films that's been keeping the theaters alive for sure, 100%.
Was No Way Home this year actually?
No,
It was
2021.
2021,
Oh, I'll say. I'm like, oh, hold on. Hey, okay.
like December, like tail end 2021.
Okay.
And that's why Funko mentioned it, because it did actually bring a lot of people back to the theater.
Right.
A lot of people, that even don't even like the MCU movies now, like grew up with Toby, so they want to see that.
Right.
I mean, DC ain't doing nothing. DC ain't doing nothing. And
What I'm going to find interesting is how everybody's going to feel after this current MCU phase is over and like the big movies drop that will tie everything together, because I'm more than certain that those movies are going to be like blow people away, and they'll be like, "Oh, I knew it'd be great." I'm like, "No, you didn't. You were hating." I was like, "Y'all don't understand.
Yeah.
We're on a reset mode after Endgame, so it's not going to be like Endgame levels. Not until literally the
One thing
next."
I think you've done wrong though, this is what I think they've done wrong, and this is a lot of this is Bob Chapek's fault, because of the shit he was getting. You know, they were trying to push out too much content. But since we saw Shang-Chi in 2021, there has been 20 MCU projects since his debut, and we've yet to see him pop up. So, like, we are well ahead of like Endgame now. It's been like 3-4 years, and one thing we don't have is cohesiveness or connectivity between the rest of the movies and the rest of the characters.
Well, yeah,
like, there's no like set who these characters are, and the fact that there's been 20 projects in Shang-Chi is kind of ridiculous. Like, why has there been 20 and we've not seen them yet?
And that goes to the biggest downfall of Marvel.
20 is a lot.
Because
I think though,
go ahead.
I think at the same time, even now, it's granted they call it the multiverse saga. So at some point within like the next 5 or 6 years, because I think that's when like the big movie, the Avengers 5 comes out. So at some point,
feel like Comic-Con next year is going to change. I think we're going to see a big change in the schedule next year.
I hope one of those changes is that they quit killing off every single villain, because that shit's old.
Yeah.
Shit's been old for years.
Right. I was like, you don't need to kill. I'm saying you don't need to kill every villain. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Ultron, Wenwu, like those were two great right away. They killed them off. There's been so many great villains that they've just killed off right away, like fucking Killmonger.
Well, see, I've
and then
never
in
thought
fucking Civil War, they
Killmonger
had
as
the
a
Vulture.
villain.
If they're killing all these villains, why
I
do they
thought
even have that
Killmonger
thing?
as an antagonist, but he was never a villain.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said no. I can. While I can agree with why he was doing it, he was definitely a villain.
Well, no, because like Killmonger wasn't trying to. Killmonger was literally trying to liberate. Like villains don't liberate people.
Well, yeah,
Villains
he
only
also tried
enslave.
to kill Black Panther though, and he thought he succeeded. So, I mean, that makes him a villain. He tried to kill Black Panther, and he thought he did it.
Well, here's the other thing. The thing that get me though about Black Panther, I'm like, it could have been a totally different movie if T'Challa just had the courage to welcome back his cousin, as opposed to getting mad at his cousin. Because if T'Challa, because in the scene before he met with Killmonger, right, he was talking to Nicoya and said, "I want to be a different king than my dad." So when he finally met up with Killmonger, he actually had the opportunity to sort of kind of warm Killmonger's heart and welcome him back with open arms and be like, "Cousin, we're so glad you're back. Oh my gosh, we have missed you, da 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 da." And Killmonger wouldn't know what to do because he would finally felt love and accepted and wouldn't even want the throne. He'd just be like, "Yo, they actually welcome me back."
Killmonger was pretty hostile though. He wasn't exactly coming in being all nice and chirpy. He was pretty hostile when he came in. So
Nothing in that movie showed me Killmonger would have been like, "Oh, okay, I'll just stop all my planning because I was welcomed back into Wakanda."
Because here's what would have happened, right? First off, all he had to do was recognize that Killmonger, hey, thank you for bringing Claw, right? That's the first thing we said. Okay, I'm so glad you killed Claw because he got from under whatever. Boom. Okay, then he would have been like, I am so sorry that my father killed your father. It was the terrible tragedy that, but now since you return, like the way T'Challa could have handled Killmonger could have been very different, but sadly he had Ross in his ear.
If that's the case, Killmonger could have approached T'Challa a lot differently then.
No, because Killmonger was the one who was hurting. Like
and we understand what you're saying, but I don't. Again, I don't. You're putting a lot of stretches.
I know, right? I kind of, I just personally kind of went down that
very valuable. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It didn't.
Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, I said I just wish it went down a little differently, but it didn't. But still,
it definitely would have made probably for a decent story if it went down different. But like I said, there was nothing to show that if T'Challa and his mother would have welcomed Killmonger in with open arms and warmth, that he would have changed his plans whatsoever.
I think he would, because
I don't think he would. He wouldn't have planned all that out to the nines, killed his own fucking girlfriend.
The hint, though,
done all that shit if he felt that he was going to be, there was any chance for him to be met with warmth.
And to be honest, he had very valid reasons to do all that stuff because, like, can you imagine just being robbed of your history, literally?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Oh yeah.
Like,
and not only that, but like fucking like if you're saying like if T'Challa had opened them with welcome arms and stuff, like then Killmonger could have had a different approach as well. Because saying although he couldn't have, well, everything that happened to him wasn't T'Challa's fault. It was his dad's fault, and everything that had nothing to do with T'Challa. So to have all that anger and ill will towards T'Challa then could be misplaced because he did nothing to him.
Right. And T'Challa could have easily been like, yo, I know what my dad did was wrong. What my father did to your father was horrible.
Killmonger still would have probably had the same outcome. Like, he still would have had the same outcome.
Now, I still think even if they welcomed him, T'Challa or Killmonger would have still challenged T'Challa.
Maybe, or he wouldn't have gotten all them fucking those marks on him.
What if he gets recruited to it?
Oh wait. Oh,
I got it, bro. I'm sorry.
No.
Go ahead, Wakanda Forever.
Oh, actually, I was just gonna say, well, the only inkling I had that he might have changed was when he went to go visit his father in the far plane, not far plane, the when Killmonger visited his father, and he
The
said,
ancestral plane.
right, ancestral plane, right. When he visited father, and he said maybe they lost their way, they lost us. So I'm like, so Killmonger still felt a sense of like, hey, they needed to find us. So if T'Challa would have been like, I'm glad we found you, then maybe it's possible he would have had a different change on. Because I'm like what would like he's like, yo, he's welcoming me back in. What the hell am I going? No, what? This is not what I'm thinking. What would happen? What
Yeah.
he wanted to happen. Anyway,
It could have happened, but
right.
then again, like Killmonger was also a fucking psycho.
Yeah.
Like he was killing for fucking fun, for
He
the
was
fun
not
of it.
a psycho.
Nah.
He was just different.
No, like he had a mission for Wakanda, right? But
Yeah.
before Wakanda and all that shit, when he's like a mercenary, he said he enjoyed that shit, you know?
Well,
And
because
you
the
gotta be pretty
mercenary.
insane to enjoy that stuff.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. It's more like because you're doing your, as a mercenary, like, yeah, you enjoy getting the money and doing your job right. So yeah, like, if I was a mercenary, I know I would enjoy my job as a mercenary because I'm like, this is my livelihood. I'm getting paid. I'm
Nah,
like, yeah.
he said word for word, he enjoyed killing people.
He scarred his entire body with
Yeah,
every
like
kill.
Oh yeah,
for
yeah.
every
He
kill,
told you
he
did.
fucking like
Yeah.
marked his
To
body.
say, I wouldn't say
That's
he was a
insane.
psycho, but he had something a little off.
Yeah.
Well,
I love Killmonger.
I don't
Oh,
know. If you're marking every kill on your body, that's saying something.
Yeah.
that truly is. But yeah. You're right. Yeah, it does say something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You guys
yeah.
were right about Daredevil. It was awesome. I watched the whole entire thing and like, wow, mind blown.
The series?
The whole thing in like 5 minutes?
Yeah, so I didn't know whether or not to tell you guys that I didn't pay my bill or that I can't remember the password because of my kids' protection thing.
Hold up. You watched the
Fucking A Black
Netflix
here. That's
Daredevil, right?
Come in here. Oh, that whole thing was amazing. All 4 seasons, really?
The Netflix Daredevil, like actually the Netflix MCU was incredible.
Yeah.
Like all of it was nice. And I kind of wish they kept it because like it was a great juxtaposition towards the movie stuff because the movies were more lighthearted.
They're keeping it. Wakanda Forever. They're
Yeah.
keeping it. They're bringing back John Bernthal, everybody. All that shit's all canon to the MCU and all that stuff.
There's nothing on the fact there's no confirmation on Jessica Jones or Luke Cage. Nothing about that's
Yeah,
official.
no
It's
confirmation
also
on
not
Luke Cage or
confirmed
Jessica
that it's
Jones.
a direct
But
sequel
John
either.
Bernthal is for sure coming
Wait,
back, and then
Okay.
Charlie Cox we already guaranteed.
Wait.
and all
Well,
that shit.
because
trying
my
to
thing
speak?
is because
Hold up. Still
I
trying to
think
speak.
go ahead.
Go ahead, Funko. What was you gonna say?
Well, I was gonna say because for real, they don't even need to do anything really new. They just literally just build on what's already established. For real, like
need to do anything really new. They just literally just build
I
on
mean,
what's
that's fine.
already
Not new.
established.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Like
just
to do
build on it.
anything really new. They
Just build on it. Just build on it. That's all what I mean. Just build on what was established in the Netflix series because it was all really, really great anyway. That's
The
it.
Netflix series is the same. It's the same universe. Okay, it just don't have other.
series is the same. It's the same universe. Okay,
Alright, what's going on?
it's
Gotta hop up out of here because your mic's echoing.
Who mine?
No, A Swag. He's gotta. You're gonna have to hop. You're gonna have to exit out of TikTok and then open it back up. Come back in.
A Swag.
No, like leave the live X out of there. You go.
Yeah. But I don't think they'll go that rated R route again anymore because I'm like, oh god.
What? I heard that's exactly the direction they were trying to do.
Yeah, they're
Watch.
I
going
wish.
rated R route for Blade too, and
Watch Echo.
You got to.
yeah,
You
yeah,
got
they're
to.
doing. Yeah, they're
that
doing
shows-
Blade rated R. They're doing fucking Deadpool rated R.
Well, yeah. I know Deadpool's gonna be the first one.
TVMA. Daredevil's gonna be TVMA.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I mean,
and
we should definitely see because I mean,
and so
because
is Echo. Echo's going to be TVMA.
you know, I couldn't get into Hawkeye.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, see, that's odd because I love that one.
Yeah, I thought it was fun.
And
It's not.
I'm gonna tell y'all the only reason why I couldn't get into Hawkeye. Literally, the
Because he
only
has no
reason.
powers.
No, that's not it at all. It was actually too white.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. And Kate Bishop is not interesting to me. I'm sorry.
Actually, her scenes with Yelena was very cool. You know.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Like, when you say that he was too, like, he was acting white, like,
Well, no, as in it was. It felt too. It actually felt a little vanilla.
Yeah.
oh, well, I can't, but that's different. That's like, it was kind
Okay.
of, you wanted
What?
more action or adventure.
No. Actually, not action. Like the story didn't capture me. I'm like, give me something to like latch onto. But I couldn't.
Okay, all
Like
right.
his
Here,
mom
to be
was
fair, I didn't
this
latch onto
criminal.
him there. I latched onto him in Infinity War. Remember when
Right.
like Thanos? I brought that character with me to go watch that. You see what I'm saying? I know what he's capable of. So I just enjoyed seeing him be the archer that he is.
Right. And so
Mhm.
I was like, yeah,
He barely showed up in the show. It wasn't
yeah.
even his show.
And so
It was
I'm
Kate
trying to think.
Bishop's.
I'm trying to think. Like
Oh yeah, but that was the point.
I
That was the
went,
point. It was supposed to be Kate Bishop's show.
yeah. I went 3 episodes and I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it no more. I
You
was
didn't
like,
like the cameos? Like, I loved how many cameos they had. Like, remember
well,
when they walk out the
well,
restaurant
well,
and see all the Avengers statues?
Mm,
well. See, I don't think I got that far. After 3 episodes, I tapped out.
Bro, that was
I
like
was
the first episode.
yeah,
Was it?
like in
Was
terms
it?
of the new
Okay.
characters coming on board, right?
Yeah.
Like Miss Marvel has the best fucking show, hands
I
down.
agree.
Look, for
Good.
real. Oh my God. Like that's literally my favorite MCU project, period.
Yep.
Like, period.
Look,
Like,
I feel you guys. I just cannot be a 13-year-old girl, bro. I'm sorry, I can't. Like,
you don't need to be a
You
13-year-old
don't
girl.
need to be a 13-year-old girl to appreciate it.
Nah,
What?
you don't. Like,
no. I mean, like, I loved the Powerpuff Girls growing up. I don't know, man. I can't. I don't know.
it's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Because
Huh.
Powerpuff Girls were fucking OP. They were really. Oh my God, I love Powerpuff Girls.
That's just okay. That's where I just kind of like you don't have to be any age to appreciate or
Well,
just enjoy the
I
Ms.
do
Marvel stuff.
get where he's coming from though. Like for
I don't.
him, just like how I didn't connect with Hawkeye, for him, he just didn't connect with Miss Marvel,
So
and
you're
that's
saying
fair.
you can't be a fan of the Ninja Turtles because they're teenagers and turtles?
Absolutely. No, you're right.
When-
But the
listen,
teenage thing, I get you guys. But I guess because I grew up with certain characters, it's a little bit different. I didn't grow up with her, so I should say
I
it
get
like
it.
that.
I get it. I get it.
It's true
I
because
get it.
like
I get it.
No,
Miss
that's
Marvel came out when I was a teenager.
Can I tell you? Look,
And go ahead, Wakanda Forever.
well, I was gonna say. Well, you said about something about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I was so disappointed in Mutant Mayhem.
What?
I had fun.
And
I haven't seen it yet. No
yeah.
spoilers.
Ooh. Well,
I'm gonna need to
well,
hear this explanation, Wakanda.
Okay. All right. I'm about to break it down to you. Okay.
Without
So-
spoiling it or giving me the ending.
Actually, no, I'm not
joking,
spoiling.
I'm joking.
The Turtles kick ass. Spoiler.
the tone of the movie, was off to me. You give me within the first 6 minutes of the movie, I was like, oh, this thing is going to rock. The next hour and a half, it never recovered, and I was like, after an hour and 50 minutes into the movie, I had to stop it because I couldn't watch it no more. Yeah, and because in the beginning the tone was very serious, then it switched, and then it never went back to being serious. And I'm like, why didn't you just give me not serious from the jump and then jump into serious mode? Like, because then that would have made more sense. Because the way the trailer dropped, I'm thinking I was gonna get a somewhat lighthearted movie, then it has some serious moments. Now you give me the cool action in the beginning, but then you never action and serious in the beginning, but then you never go back. And I'm like, damn, what
And you
happened?
guys call some people like dude, that's wow.
Well, yeah, so that's
That's
why it really disappointed me. And the way they did April, man, I was like, April should have been an adult for starters. I was like, ooh. Slight spoiler, but
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know. I kind of fucked with April being the same age as them because I don't know. I always kind of found it a little weird that like April as an adult human reporter is just in the sewers hanging out with a bunch of fucking teenage turtles.
Fair. Well,
I
but
want
then
to
again,
I want to see the
well,
last
well,
Ronin
you gotta
Ninja
understand. I
Turtles.
mean, as a reporter, you want to get the story, and so it's not weird for reporters to hang out with to get a story,
Oh yeah.
right? So, so, but the thing of it was the way they portrayed April was like April was supposed to be smart, not like aloof and like unsure. I was like, oh,
Well,
and
she was smart in the movie.
mm, but she wasn't like confident, and that's what got me. Like April's always been a confident woman.
Well,
But
to be
Oh, like the
fair,
Lois Lane.
to be
yeah,
fair though, that
yeah, right, like a Lois Lane, like Lois Lane type, you know.
but the story is that they're young, so
Right, which is fair.
she's not. She's going to be a reporter. It's just that she's in her early years of
But
becoming the person she is.
even still, you could have. I know some confident young. Hell, I went to school with some confident young people. Our school president, that dude was just dripping swag, and he was like 16. So ain't nothing like it's not a stretch to have a confident young person. It was that the April part was the minor part. The majority of the issue was that the tone of the movie never got back to where it was in the beginning, and I wish, like, okay, I
Hey,
would have rather had it. Basically,
cinema
I
fans,
think.
let Funko up.
Oh, go.
I've been trying to. You won't.
Okay. All right. So I think what it was is that if they would have switched, like, there's two scenes that if they would have flipped, if they would have given me this one scene first in the beginning and then the next scene, then I could have been like, okay, now it made sense. But the it's literally the tone and the pacing of the movie was just felt way off to me, and that just rubbed me the wrong way. I was like,
That's understandable. You know, not
you know,
everybody
because
has
Maybe
their.
that's going to be the
Fair
title
fucking
of this chat.
critique.
Ugh.
right, because there were times I was looking at the movie, I was like, damn, this animation is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
I was,
wait, Wakanda Forever. I
yes,
gotta ask you though.
yes,
This is not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but have you watched the new season of What If?
I'm about to actually.
Bro, binge that shit. That shit is good.
Yeah. The first season was good too. So
This shit stacks on top of that. And
okay.
Yeah, the recent episode.
like
No,
the
no,
newest
no.
episode, bro, this new episode takes place in like 1602. Not to spoil anything, but it's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah,
I
no,
got a
yeah.
big theory.
Like all of What If, the first season What If was dope, and I imagine this season going to be just as dope too. Like watching the previews of it, I was like, oh, this thing gonna be fire as fuck.
And
They're
hey, the best
they're
thing about
slowly
it
trying
is
to.
that they are releasing it day to day. So this whole week they've been releasing new episodes.
Oh, that's hot. Okay.
Yeah.
That what if it's definitely they're slowly trying to tie it into the main MCU saga right now.
I really hope they don't because it's like I really hope that they keep it as like their own
Separate.
like black label.
I
It's
mean,
just
if you're
stories to
doing
tell.
yeah,
oh no,
but
I
you're
wouldn't
doing
mind seeing the dude as a live action watcher.
but you're doing Secret Wars and the concept of what's going to happen. You're going to have to some point touch base with that
Well, I mean,
Not
yeah.
really. You could just keep
I'm sure
saying
they can.
like the way in the
because it's the
comics, like
multiverse.
what if never really ties in with the multiverse shit that goes on, you know? It's just like
I thought it
stories
did.
that are like, what
In
if it
the
happens?
show though it did, but not the comics. The show does though.
Yeah, the show it's cool. Like it's cool to keep its like own little thing. You know,
Yeah,
have its
yeah,
own little
yeah.
like
It's only
multiverse event.
like pocket verse.
Yeah, like have
Wait,
its own
I'm
little
confused
pocket
of
verse.
how that works. So I have Miles Morales, Spider-Man as Captain America, right? So is that a different universe? Is that not?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
All the what ifs are pretty much considered a different universe.
yes,
Well, I get that, but so it's okay, I guess.
But
yeah.
in the recent episode hardcore, they're already establishing that there is incursions happening. And
Yeah. No, I'm saying like I don't want the what if series to tie in with the
The movie.
MCU movies and all that stuff.
Because I
I'd much
I
rather
think
it just be its
Because
own little
right,
thing.
right.
You know?
I agree. Because I also think if they kept because it feels nice to have it like as a, because it will remind me of like how they do the comics, how some comics are a separate universe as well. So yeah. So
Yeah.
what if would be the separate universe?
But if you're having incursions and what if, then that has to that automatically ties into what's going on.
Yeah.
No, you don't have
and,
to.
and even in the comic books, the Earths combined, there are incursions there. I mean, look at
So-
Spider.
So what's going on in Danger Street would be tied into the DC multiverse, because that's what's happening in fucking Danger Street right now. Is the fucking universe is going to
Oh
an
yeah,
end.
that's right.
Shit.
I gotta actually make my video for my top 5 movies of the year so far.
What's your
But
top 5?
because that's happening in that universe, does it mean it's
Yeah.
happening across all universes? No.
No, it's just probably happening in that universe, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, so I can't speak on anything. My top 5 of the year. Now we just got my brother and I just got finished watching Aquaman and Lost Kingdom. It was really good, actually. It was really good, but that's not in
I
my top.
haven't seen it.
It's good. Look, and you don't even need to watch the first Aquaman to enjoy it.
That's what
I completely disagree with that stereotype of you don't need to watch the first one. Like, that's the reason why we have the first one, if that makes sense.
Actually,
Go watch the first one, then go watch the second one. I don't know.
Actually, I didn't. I didn't watch the first Aquaman. Well, because I know Aquaman's story, so I literally like, okay. So I watched the second one, and now, yeah, because I watched the second one. I'm like, oh yeah, I totally knew what was going on, because one, I already knew. Well, one, I already knew Aquaman's story from the comics, so it wasn't like anything I didn't know. So it's like, all right. So going in, I was like, ooh, this was cool. I was like, yeah. So yeah, so. It was really, really solid, and I got a whole theory. Hold on. Which one of y'all hasn't seen it yet?
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I haven't seen it either.
Okay. Well,
I know what goes
well,
on.
you know Amber Turd's in it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is my theory. I think they kind of gaslit everybody because before the movie came out, they were saying that Amber's role was diminished, right? So my thought is her role was never diminished. I think her role was exactly what it was. They were just saying that it was diminished so that it would make people feel better about going to see the movie.
It was diminished.
Because
it was diminished.
Well, I guess
He has a good point, bro. He does have a good point. Like, how do we really know if it was supposed to be longer or
Because it had multiple reshoots, for one. Two,
okay,
it was cut up into it's obvious points in the movie that she should have been there, but they weren't because it cut it down for obvious reasons.
Okay, all right. Well, because as I was watching it, I was like, it looked like they didn't really diminish her role. I actually thought they were going to kill her off in like the first 5 minutes.
If you pay attention, if rewatch it again, if you pay attention, the only points she shows up is only for the convenience of the plot, for the plot to move forward. If she wasn't there for that certain moment,
right,
then
and
it
I'm
wouldn't
like,
make sense.
And I'm like, oh, she's got way too much screen time in here. That's all I was thinking. I was like,
if you really look at it, it is what they were saying it was. It was stretched out throughout the film, like
yeah.
little moments throughout the film.
Because I'm like, because I legit thought they were just going to kill her off in like first 5 minutes, because then it could have been like, oh, she died giving birth.
That's
Well,
true. She was in there a lot in the first one. That's why you have to watch the first one.
that's true. That's true.
She was
Well,
in there a lot.
yeah. But okay, yeah. But okay, then yeah, but still. I mean, aside from, but the thing I hate though is I actually liked her damn character. I hated that.
That's why you have to see number one.
I
That was
hated
the whole
that.
entire thing.
I was like, why I gotta like her character? I'm like, fuck.
That's because Mara is just a good fucking character.
Mary is,
And she's really good in number one, where she
Yeah.
walks with Aquaman. She
she's
gets
a
to spend
yeah.
a day in the
Yeah.
city. That was
And
awesome.
I'm like, just give her to somebody else. Like Rumi Mara would be a good chick, I guess.
Yeah, but it was probably all. I don't know, Cinema Fan. It was all filmed to a certain extent, so they can't just take her out of it.
That's true.
Well, that's the point. That was what I was saying, is that her moments in the film were only there for the
Advancing the
plot,
plot, which
to
is like
further the plot.
it's just fair, but still, yeah, still. I mean, yeah.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
there's
it was
obvious
all
points where
oh
it's like
oh
she should have been there, but she wasn't.
right.
But they only did that to limit so people wouldn't go crazy about it.
Oh, let me ask you a question about my 5 movies of the year.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 5 is Shazam: Fury of the Gods, right?
Okay.
Oh my God, I love that movie. I love that movie so much.
I
Like,
think I
okay,
remember you going and seeing that and reviewing. Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, okay. Number 4 is Barbie.
Okay.
I, if you would have told me that I would have enjoyed a anti-feminist movie about a doll, I would never believe you.
Is it really that good? I haven't seen it
It's
yet.
it's
And it
fucking
actually is
incre-
pretty good. I ain't
it's
gonna lie.
fucking
I'm
incredible.
a
Like
Barbie girl
I
in
am
Barbie
floored at how good
world.
Barbie is. I'm absolutely floored.
Imagination.
Here's the
I
thing
had
about
I had a
Barbie.
buddy that was talking shit about it for the entire time before up to it being released, and then he
Yeah.
went to go see it, and he's like, I've never been more wrong in my life.
It's the best movie
They'll
of
look at
It's
it.
fucking.
2023.
I mean,
They'll
it
look at it on the surface level and judge it for the fact that it's Barbie, but if you actually watch the film and
right.
they
It
actually they tackle concepts that like make you think, bro. It's like very
when I tell you, look, when
yeah.
this movie said it with his whole fucking chest. Feminism is a fucking joke.
Well, I mean, I'm
No,
not trying to be rude or anything.
I
I
don't.
just
couldn't
I don't
believe
want
that.
politics in my.
I couldn't believe that. Okay, so that's my number 4. But it was. I was shocked. Number 3 is Little Mermaid,
Okay.
and
Oh yes. All right. Yeah, I like that one.
what pissed me off though, it would be my number 1 movie of the year if it wasn't for the ending of The Little Mermaid, because they fucking changed it, and it pissed me off. It pissed me
What
off.
about what's your number 2?
Wait.
Number
What do you mean they changed it?
James.
so okay, so in the original Little Mermaid, the A9 version, Eric kills Ursula, right?
Mhm.
So basically, Ariel saves Eric. Eric saves Ariel. Oh, and the Little Mermaid is the first film where literally both people are on equal footing, a prince and a princess. So they marry like laterally. No one marries up or down.
Not Snow White. I thought it was Snow White.
No. Snow White was not a princess. Snow White was just no. Snow White wasn't a princess. I don't think.
Yeah, well, the funny thing about that is that the Disney gets these stories from elsewhere and then changes them to fit their own
Right.
thing.
Right.
So,
Right.
like you would have to be more specific because in Snow White, she's technically not a princess, but she's technically the head of like her castle or whatever.
Right. Well, that's a little different than an actual royalty. But yeah. Well, anyway. So in the original movie, Ariel saves Eric, right? Okay. Then Eric in turn saves Ariel from Ursula, and therefore that also shows that they both are like each other's heroes, right? In the new movie, Ariel saves Eric twice. And it's like, well, you just took away Eric's power, like Eric's agency. You give the man a song, but then take away his hero moment. to give it to Ariel because Ariel ends up killing Ursula instead of Eric, which is totally kind of ruined.
I am amazed that you found that detail, bro. That is so dope. Wow.
It fucking pissed me off because I was like, because I'm an OG Ariel, I'm OG Little Mermaid fan, so I'm like, okay, because then here's what it also says. It also says that women can't be rescued. I'm like, yeah, they can
Now
be.
I'm a little upset that I wasn't more mad at it.
Ooh, because after the movie out, I literally had like a 20-minute discussion with some of the women who watched the movie too, and we discussed how they also didn't like the change either. They thought it didn't feel right because it's like part of the charm of the Little Mermaid when it came out the first time was the fact that both Ariel and Eric were literally on equal footing with each other. Like they saved each other. They both were prince and princess, and they both had a sense of adventure. So they were literal equals. The new Little
Well,
Mermaid.
but now, in your theory, one of them can't be an equal, or it would go on forever. So, who was the
Well,
last person to save who?
well. The fact matter is they both save each other. Ariel saves Eric, and then Eric.
Right, but in the theory, you would have to say like one of those people didn't save the other.
No, right.
Like, I mean, one person. Who was the last person to be saved in the movie?
Eric.
Was it okay? So then he's up there, like he's up on her. You see what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like he's up one on her. It's not equal footing. He's
No,
up
no, no,
one
no,
and
no, no,
she's
no, 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 no. Eric gets saved twice. Ariel saves Eric twice.
right. But in the original Disney Little Mermaid, Eric saves the Little Mermaid, which
Right,
means that he's
right.
up one and she's down one, making him.
No. Because in the beginning, Ariel saves Eric. Ariel.
Oh,
Saves,
you're right. A loop.
right. Ariel saves
You
Eric.
completed the loop with the beginning of the story. All right, cool.
Bingo. Right. So by taking away Eric's chance to save Ariel in the remake, you take away one of the biggest things that made the Little Mermaid so special. It was the fact that they were both each other's hero.
All right, just to be clear, who saved who in the movie first this time?
This
Little
time,
Mermaid's much deeper than I thought it was.
Right.
Right. Look. Let me. I did literally 3 TikToks on Little Mermaid, for real. Okay. So in the remake, Ariel first saved. Hold up. Ariel does a double take. Ariel saves their dog and Eric in the remake. Well, she helps the dog and saves Eric, right? So okay. So she saves Eric in the first time. Then at the end, she saves Eric again by killing Ursula. And I'm like, why you do that? Why did y'all do that? Why not just let Eric save Ariel this second time? But no. They had to change it. And because of that major change, it ends up being number 3. Because it would have been my favorite movie of the year if they didn't change it. But they did. And so now whenever I watch The Little Mermaid, I literally will stop it, put on the older one, and watch Eric rescuing Ariel now.
Wow, that is wow.
Yeah, I am quite serious about that. Like, it really got under my skin. I was like, damn. It would have been perfect. It would have been Disney's best remake to date if they just did not change that ending. But I gotta
can't imagine.
So, what's your
all right,
number 1?
So my number 2, this is Little Mermaid number 3. My number 2 is The Marvels, which is currently my favorite MCU movie to date now, because that movie was just a fun ride, flat out. It was just straight up fun and funny.
That's cool. Yeah. So you're saying it's above. So you're saying then, like in general, the MCU, like that's your number 1.
And then number 1 movie, not my number 1 project. Ms. Marvel's my number 1 project.
Okay.
But yeah,
That's cool.
movie wise, it's the Marvels, which just beat out Shang-Chi. So like now in the movie rankings, it would be the Marvel, Shang-Chi, and then Black Panther. One,
That's
two.
pretty dope. That's good. I'm happy you guys passed it up.
Yeah, yeah. So and of
I was
course
hoping for a Shang-Chi too.
we probably will get one after after whatever Avengers 5 will be. I'm sure they're not done with Shang-Chi yet because he's got way too much story.
What's
Yeah,
the next movie Marvel project?
the next Marvel is a Deadpool 3.
Deadpool.
Well, I mean, you talking about Project?
But all right, outside of Deadpool, I'm not really into Deadpool, but like
Oh,
next.
Echo.
Echo's the next one.
No, well,
Echo.
that's TV. I'm talking movie. Like
Then there
big
will be
screen
New
movie.
World Order.
It would be
Cap 4.
America. Yeah.
Cap
I
4.
think-
That's with
no.
Wilson as Cap.
Yeah.
No, I think it's Thunderbolts actually.
Well, if
think
is Thunderbolts coming before Cap 4?
Yeah, because they switched it originally. Because I think it was going to be, or no.
Because I think
remember.
New World Order is coming first and then Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
think-
it might be
I
that.
think.
It might be that. I
think.
know they switched it.
But-
It might switch again, to be honest.
So basically, it's either going to be Cap 4, New World Order, or Thunderbolts. It's going to be one of those two.
I know for a fact that if anything, Cap 4 and
Yeah.
Thunderbolts will be out in 2025. Blade is also supposed to be 2025 and Fantastic Four. But like I said earlier, I think the schedule is going to change when it comes to Comic-Con next year. But San Diego Comic-Con.
Right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But I think because I think they're reshooting Cap 4 because some of the test was like kind of bad. I was like, ooh, that's
Yeah, what Marvel's doing now is that they're just like, we're gonna hit the brakes. We're gonna take our time with it. That's why I was telling someone many lives ago that
right.
I think we won't see Secret Wars until like at least 2027 or 28.
Which is fine. Which is perfectly fine. That gives them more time to flesh stuff out. Hey, I'm more okay with that.
Hey,
'Cause you also
cinema
got
fans,
Spider-Man 4
did we have to wait this long for movies back in the day? Was it
Yes.
like this back in the day?
Yes.
It's kind of going back to that. Yeah, it's
Yes.
moving back to that.
Yes, because it gives us time to breathe and really discuss and digest the movies.
Because I
How
truly
did we know that we were waiting this long? Does that make sense? Like, how did we know?
Simple.
Because, like,
So originally this year was supposed to be different. Like we're supposed to get the Marvels in the summer. A bunch of other like Ironheart was supposed to come out this year. A couple other projects. I think X-Men was also supposed to come out, but that was pushed back into the next year. Several other projects were supposed to come out, but because originally, because the whole Disney shift changed, because Bob Iger came back, because the other owner, Bob Byrne, what was his name? Bob
Chapek.
Yeah, Chapek.
Ooh, I
Because
got a whole nother thing about that too.
Because he because the problem with Marvel is
Ooh.
Bob Chapek came in and just basically just screwed everybody up because they
Actually, I got a whole other theory about that.
Write it in the chat, and then we'll remember it when he's done.
Well,
see,
I'm
with Bob
gonna make a video on the Bob Chapek and Bob Iger thing.
because I followed that close. I followed that very closely when I was going.
When you do, tag us, bro.
Cause when I seen it, I was like, oh, ooh, there's some more sinister stuff going on here.
Because Bob Chapek, when he took on Bob Iger's position, he basically either fired people that were in the position what made Disney and Marvel good at the time. Either they were fired or they left because the Disney house was just under fire. Like it was just Bob Chapek was basically running it to the ground, just like how Warner Brothers is right now. And so then when Bob Iger got his position back because the board got together and voted Bob Chapek out and gave him a pension or something like that. But Bob Iger came back. Kevin Feige got his control back that he originally had in the last phase or the last saga around Endgame. And basically, and then after that happened, 2023, the schedule changed and was stretched out and slowing projects down. And and reworking projects. Like for instance, like Armor Wars was supposed to be a show. They reworked that into a film. A couple
Which
other
is
projects.
I think it's smart actually. That's kind of a
Yeah.
smart thing for almost a movie.
Yeah, a lot of also the whole Jonathan Majors thing. Like Loki season 2 was supposed to end differently, but they changed that to put it to where they could go either way with it if Jonathan Majors wasn't going to come back or not. It's like the
Wow.
old days of what they did with Marvel. Because back in the old days of MCU, they used to write out different scenarios for different. Like if Plan A didn't work, they can go Plan B. That's just basically what they're doing.
Right, bro, but how did you know that? Like, did you go to a Comic-Con and figure that out? Did you like read it in a book? How did you know?
I follow the stuff closely. I read articles. I read on
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, well, yeah. Like all the reports that came out. There's stuff that came out that you could just read on the situation
Or
that was going on with Disney.
I mean, I do that. That's what makes me who
Mhm.
I am. Like that's what I do. I inform myself, understand what's going on here from different
Right.
perspectives, or different reports, different articles. Try to understand what's going on. So when I speak on it, I'm not like being
Talking
uninformed.
out your ass.
Yeah, pretty much. Because a lot of people do that on this app. A
Ooh,
lot.
ooh, yeah. Oh, and my number one is Across the Spider-Verse. Like flat out. That's like, yeah, easily.
Black Hero.
Yes,
Question:
sir.
how much films have you watched this year?
A lot, but not in the theater. I've watched a lot on Netflix.
Okay.
Did they come out this year? The ones you watched?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, Rebel Moon came out this year, right?
What did you think of Rebel Moon?
I actually enjoyed it. I liked
Okay.
the storyline. I
Okay.
liked how the character development was there, how they made all the worlds end up uniting. I loved
I haven't seen it
whole
yet. I haven't
thing.
seen it yet, by the way. So no spoilers. I haven't seen it yet.
All right, yeah, cool. Yeah, I really actually enjoyed it, man. When you watch it,
Hmm.
go in with the mindset that it's a story. It's like an opera. It's like a musical,
Well,
if that helps.
well. I generally go in. I generally go in most. I generally go in most movies like taking it for what it is. Not well, with the exception of whatever the trailer I've seen. But yeah. I don't. What movies shocked me? Barbie was the one that shocked me the most so far. Of all the like movies that I've seen in a long time, that Barbie was totally surprised me. I did not expect to like as Barbie as much as I would.
I'm gonna watch
Well,
Barbie tonight.
what was y'all's most disappointing films of 2023?
Mutant Mayhem.
Plain.
Hey, real quick before, if I can mention this on Netflix, there's this show Oat Stories, I think it's called. It's on
Hmm?
Netflix. It's a TV series and it's like really out
What
there, but
what's it called? What's it
scary
called?
true. Hold on.
Yeah, Mutant Mayhem was my
Oat
disappointment.
Oat Studios, and basically it talks about like what would happen in apocalyptic kind of situation if the Earth undergoes an alien attack or starvation or robots.
Oat
And they,
Studios, right? Okay.
and it tells each story differently, but that was pretty good.
Almost sound like Love, Death, and Robots.
Exactly. Yeah, bro. That's exactly it. I love
I love
Death and Robots,
I
man. I
love
love that.
I told look when I actually that was on my list for like my greatest sci-fi like movies ever. Like I love Death, and Robots.
Absolutely. Did you like
I,
Black Mirror?
I haven't. You know what? I have only seen one episode of Black Mirror.
Oh, bro, you got to go see Black Mirror, man. They have
I
like this
know about it.
episode where
I know
the
about it. I
domino.
know about it. I know
Yeah,
I know for not watching it. I know a lot about it because I've watched enough people talk about it here on TikTok. So I know, and YouTube. So without watching the series, I know a lot about it, and yeah, it's really cool. Like I know there was an episode that they had like people in a neighborhood, but they couldn't get out because the neighborhood kept changing.
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch, but yeah, they had stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's not like Love, Death, and Robots. I love Death, and Robots a little bit more, but it
Yeah.
is similar.
Okay, okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, because I remember the one I watched was with Daniel Kaluuya, and he was like on a TV show. So that's the episode I seen of Black Mirror. I was like, ooh, this might be really good. But I've never seen it. But yeah, I probably will check that Black Mirror out. But the scary thing though is that they've kind of said some stuff that eerily came true. I'm like, yo, are we?
That's my point. That's my point. That's why you had to go watch it, bro,
Mhm.
because I watched it before the stuff actually happened, and then
Yeah,
I saw the stuff happen, bro, and it was like,
scary.
okay, for not out of context. I don't want to sound.
Huh.
So in one of the episodes, they have the Domino's delivery car, and it's driving by itself. That episode came out in like, I don't know, like 2009 or whatever, you know.
Yeah,
So a few years later, they had an incident where the self-driving Domino's car hit someone. That's why we don't have them now, because
yeah,
they're going through
yeah.
so many lawsuits behind it.
Ooh, have you seen Leave the World Behind yet?
Yeah, I just saw it last night.
Yeah. Oh, wait before I say mine, how did you guys feel about it?
I didn't like it as much as everybody else did, but I thought it was decent.
Actually, it's pretty much a warning. It, like I literally took it as, oh, they're telling straight up like this probably will end up happening at some point. That shit
Especially
would,
since Barack Obama and Michelle Obama made it.
yeah,
I was like, oh, this is serious.
well, but it because like okay, like Don't Look Up felt a little more satire-ish, but Don't Leave the World Behind felt very much on the nose. Like, yeah, this is how it's going to happen. I'm like, okay. And it's not the end of the world, it's just the destruction of America as we would know it. And it's just like, ooh, that shit is just like, yeah, this is too realistic.
You know what? I'm so happy that I'm talking to you guys because I'm gonna go rewatch it now. I couldn't get past the scene of whose house it was. I couldn't get past that scene.
Oh,
So I'm gonna go
that's
watch it again.
that is the tip of the iceberg, man. Because when you were talking about the self-driving car about Black Mirror, yeah, there's a
Yeah,
scene
Domino's.
right. There's a scene in Leave the World Behind with Teslas, and it's a scary scene, man.
All right, help me out with this.
Yeah,
The scene where she's screaming or the deer surround them and she starts screaming. Why did she do that?
to scare them off.
But they didn't move.
Right, because they're I don't know why they didn't move, but it was for some reason. I'm not sure. I haven't figured out why they didn't move, but they clearly weren't scared of her. But she did that to kind of like try to scare off the deer. Eventually, they moved. But yeah, I think the reason why the deer didn't move was because they weren't necessarily fearful of her, and I think maybe they were trying to warn them.
Yeah, see, I was thinking that too. Like
What
I
was the apocalyptic thing?
Well, it wasn't apocalyptic so much so as the collapse of American society.
Yeah, and the whole there's an actual metaphor with the deers. Like when the deers appear, that's a warning sign that things are changing.
Yeah, and that the people who were invading the literally no one was invading the U.S. They just made the U.S. like what you call it uh the dude the defense contractor guy, he pretty much broke down what exactly was going on and what the plan was, and like yeah, so it's basically they're just going to let America destroy itself, which is pretty much
That's
what's
deep, bro.
happening. Oh, it is. Oh yeah. Oh
Herschel
yeah.
Ali was the best thing in that movie, though. Was the best character.
He really was, and
Yeah,
and
no, yeah,
and
yeah.
and the funniest thing was, I think one of his best line in that he said that the thing that scares me is the people who don't realize they need to change in spite of themselves, and he said, "That's a fucking darkness I just can't understand." I was like, "Ooh."
Well,
Yeah.
like you know when a deep, you know that anything that has a deep meaning to it, anything that comes out of Ali's mouth, you know is going to have a much significant impact on you more than you thought because the man just knows how to deliver. Like whether
Right? Right?
yeah,
Like
Yeah.
like if he even just saying even if and
Mhm.
I mean if he's ever casted in a bad movie, he would be the only highlight of that movie because he would be the only
easily,
thing that could turn it around.
because he is easily one of our best actors living right now. Like it's crazy how good he is. It's
Him and Lakeith Stanfield.
All right,
He was just in the Book
I'm
of Flame.
embarrassed. Can you guys give me another movie he's been in?
The Green Book.
Yeah.
I
Oh
love that
God.
movie.
Yeah. That movie.
That guy. Wow. Yeah, you're right.
Actually, Moonlight. Check that out.
Moonlight. Yeah, that's dope too.
Yeah. Yeah. Moonlight.
Wait,
But
was he in the Italian guy that drives him around?
That's
yeah,
Green
the
Book.
Green Book.
Green Book. Okay, yeah, great, yeah.
That's Green
Uh,
Book.
He's
another
also
movie,
playing Blade in the new Blade movie.
and he was also in Aelita Battle Angel.
He
Oh,
also
that was
was
good.
in
That was good. That was good.
Oh
He was
yeah.
actually in for Black Hero. When you start watching Daredevil, why have you ever watched Luke Cage?
Yeah, I
Right.
saw Luke Cage.
Right. He was Cottonmouth.
Yeah.
My God.
No.
Cottonmouth.
Okay, I didn't. Oh, Cottonmouth, not Bushmaster. Cottonmouth. You're
He was
right.
Cottonmouth.
He was Cottonmouth.
He killed that role, man. He
Even
killed.
though I wish they had him more long on the season, but
I know. He's like one of them. He's like one of them all time. He's up there with Wilson Fisk, man.
yes,
he
sir.
He is so. He was so good as
See,
Cottonmouth.
like a movie that I feel. I mean, it's also fun. It's a movie that it's actually like featured on your wall, Sin. Is I mean, I have nothing against the actor who was in Knock in the Cabin. I have nothing against Dave Bautista. I'm a wrestling fan through and through, and I do like some of the movies, but I feel that, and I'm not saying this as an Ali fan because I admire the guy's work, but I feel like in a in a typical Shyamalan movie, if you would have had Ali casted in the role over Batista, I feel that would have made the whole movie have its whole like whole message of what it was trying to go for because
okay. Okay. You feel Batista didn't bring it enough in that movie?
Yeah, like I just
okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. See,
You need a deep, strong, like from your soul,
Listen.
of voice.
And actually,
Yeah.
I think I know what you mean because y'all ever saw the movie In Time?
Yes.
With Justin Timberlake and
yeah, I did see that one.
Okay.
Yeah. But
okay.
Was it Justin Timberlake or
It was Justin Timberlake. It was Justin Timberlake and
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I know what movie you're talking about.
Okay, right. Now, the thing with that though, I felt like that movie was a little above Justin Timberlake's acting chops at the time. Because you put somebody like you put somebody like Joseph Gordon-Levitt in that role, that movie's so much better.
Yeah.
And I understand how you feel about Dave Bautista in that role particularly. You felt like his acting chops wasn't at the level that it needs to be to give you the performance in that movie, right?
Yeah. No, and again, this is not the not bashing.
I get it, and it's not knocking him. It's
no. But like, it's just for that role. I mean, like first and foremost, we all know like a Shyamalan film is going to be a Shyamalan film, no matter how it's going to be. It's going to have its wonkers and everything. But the thing that really saves it is having someone who can encapsulate that sort of leader-like role that Batista's character was. Like he was the one who rounded these guys up, and they had this whole deep philosophical meaning of that the world was going to end and everything. And that type of character should be handled with the utmost care, especially from a person like, again,
I get it. And I
because
get it.
that
I get
Shakespeare,
it.
that
I
yeah,
get
yeah,
it.
that Shakespeare, that it's that whole Shakespearean like atmosphere. It's
It
basically.
it has basically that role for Batista was a little too big for his acting chops.
Yeah.
And I get it. And I completely get it. And that's how I felt when I saw the movie In Time with Justin Timberlake. Even though it was a good movie, I'm like, yeah, it should have been Timberlake. That shouldn't have been Timberlake. That should have been like a Ghost Should Go in Letter of someone or somebody who really could bring the nuance through that character who's a little more seasoned.
You
Yeah,
know
no.
what?
You
I
know,
don't see that Will Smith movie. Didn't he do one early this year?
When he was
He
fighting.
did do a soldier movie, like, and it came out January of this, or not this year, last year. This year.
oh, I know
Not
exactly.
Enchanted, in
Emancipation.
yes,
Was that this year?
that was this year, January.
Hold on, was it Emancipation? Oh yeah, it was. It was this year, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. It was early this year.
I
Damn.
hope I'm not wrong. It was either like, when was the
Hold up.
slap? The
Wasn't
slap
that a,
was
wasn't that an Apple movie?
The slap was 2022.
I just checked. Yeah. Oh my. Yeah. I just checked. Holy crap! Like Hero's right.
yay!
Was that
I
an
win.
Apple? Was that an Apple film?
No,
Like
it
what?
was a movie. It came out in the theaters. It was after the whole fiasco of the slap. It went into the theaters. I didn't go see it. I love Will Smith. I wanted to support. I didn't have the chance to go see it. And then it went to Apple or somebody else picked it up. I didn't hear horrible
Yeah, Apple TV.
reviews. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's what I
not
thought
a
it
lot
was.
of people either went to go see. What happened? I don't know.
I saw it on Apple TV. That's why I was like, that I swore that was an Apple TV.
It was
I-
in actually. It was in 2022. It was 2 years ago. Well, last year, basically.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought. Apple
Wow.
2022.
What's name?
Hey, you know what? You know who actor really surprised me this year? It's
Who?
very recent. Zac Efron.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh
yeah.
my God.
Iron Claw.
Iron Claw.
Dude, that movie, man, I did not. I mean, I knew about the story and I knew going into it what it was going to be like, but bro, whew, man,
Hold
Yeah,
on. Which movie?
Iron
Iron
Claw.
Claw.
Oh, did you like
Dude.
Iron Claw?
When bro, all right. Do you know about the Iron Claw story?
Yeah, I'm a hardcore wrestling fan, so I know
Dude,
about the Von Erichs.
I was okay. So the whole his name is escaping right now. The Woo. What's the fuck?
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair. Thank you. I don't know why the name escaped me, but dude,
So
I was
the Iron
worried
Claw,
if they were
Iron Claw
gonna,
is a wrestling movie.
yeah, but I was worried they were gonna kind of like downplay what happened in that match. But when Zach went, dude, Zac Efron, his face, dude, that was so powerful. I loved that.
Okay.
And I loved how they didn't stray. I mean, it kind of reminded me of Lords of Dogtown a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah,
okay,
that's what.
okay.
Yeah, that's what I got.
I might
I
have
got
checked that out
too.
now. I might check out Iron Claw now.
Yeah, but another thing too, Wakanda, it's a little more. Yeah, it is a wrestling movie, but like the wrestling isn't the center point of it. What it is that it's telling the story of this very well-known, famous family in the wrestling community called the Von Erichs, and how three brothers of the family basically went from being just starting out like within certain promotions within the pro wrestling scene to eventually them being heard around the world as this world-class family. But
Does it have the same kind of tone as The Wrestler?
It honestly, it has. I love The Wrestler, I do, but I can honestly tell you the Iron Claw takes what the wrestler is and cranks it to 110.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because I like The Wrestler.
But just to let you
Okay.
know though, like I'd add with the story, it tells about the rise, but also the tragedy, what I call a beautiful tragedy, because it's
Ooh,
beautiful
okay.
how they came up, but then tragic how tragedy literally destroyed the family.
Fair enough. Okay. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna probably go on the computer and check it out.
The main thing about the film that I appreciate they did this is that they really tackled the toxic masculinity kind of
Yeah.
thing that doesn't get talked about as much.
You mean the toxic behavior, basically? Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Toxic mas. I mean, it is a thing. I think
Well,
it's a. I think it's
well,
a.
It
I've,
is.
well,
It
yeah.
is. I 100% agree with you, bro.
Well,
I,
I've always. Well, here's the thing: masculinity in itself has never been toxic. It's just the behaviors that people do that are toxic.
I
Like,
encourage you
Well,
to watch Iron Claw. Watch Iron Claw.
yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah. I'm definitely gonna watch
okay.
because it sounds like my kind of movie. Because I like the wrestler. So if I
it's
like the
more
wrestler, I'm still gonna like the
terminology now.
Let me put it this way. If toxic masculinity wasn't a thing in that story for that family, I guarantee you a lot of stuff would have been avoided if it wasn't a big issue with that family. That was the main theme of that film, is that if you removed that, if it wasn't a thing, then a lot of those brothers would have even been alive today, and
Yeah.
they could have done their own thing. But it was that ruined that for that family.
I'm just trying to think of another role where that I could say like that guy who has the broad shoulders, chest back, nose in the air.
Right.
All of 80s, all the 80s, pretty much. That much.
Hey,
All of the 80s.
have y'all hold up? Speaking of the '80s, it's funny. Have y'all seen like these little '80s these little '80s song clips where like they have like a it's like a '80s synth wave, like a new synth wave era '80s song, and then you have like a prompt that says you're you're about to do a shootout at a at a at a warehouse, and like it's about to go down, something like that. But it's like 80s tune, and you read the comment, and they got like a whole entire movie in the comments of just people acting out the scene, and it's so funny. It's so good though. It's like so good. It's so good.
Yeah, I gotta hop off. It was pleasure talking with you, gentlemen, and Wakanda forever, sir.
Always, man. Always, man. It's always
Thanks
great.
talking, bro.
Actually, I don't think I'm about to get off too because I'm actually got an early day tomorrow. But it's been fun, gentlemen.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man.
Peace, my brother.
Oh, man.
Bro, this dark web of stuff, man, it's like it weighs heavy on my mind because I'm like, a lot of that stuff makes sense.
Yeah. Man, this live was interesting. I did not expect it to go the way it did. But then again, my lives never go the way I want it to. Yeah. But I mean, that's the biggest thing why I do this, is that I want to give people a platform to speak their mind and get their ideas out there. But at the same time, it does get a little disjointed.
Yeah, but I mean, we can talk about movies, man. Are you into? Obviously, you're into cinema. So, yeah, what happened to Emancipation with Will Smith? Did it just get good reviews? Like, what happened?
It originally was going to be a theatrical release. Then that whole controversy with Will Smith and Chris Rock. And basically a lot of roles that he was going to, like a lot of films that he was going to do, a lot of roles he had basically either got pushed back or just canceled. So I can't say the name of the film, but originally it was supposed to be a theatrical, but then they just put it on Apple TV, pretty much.
Is he is he forgiven? Are they gonna forgive him?
I think so. Honestly, I think it's going to come full circle because Bad Boys 4 does come out next year, which is the only film that went forward after the whole slap.
And they did just say that I Am Legend 2 has been allowed, like with Michael B. Jordan and Will Smith.
Yeah, I mean,
we're saying allowed. Like, how much control is there? Like, one slap and you get kicked out of Hollywood?
Yeah, I'm over it. Like, I really am. Like, the whole Will Smith thing, like, it was a slap. I get it. It was wrong, but at the same time, it's in the past. It's just people need to let go and just go touch grass. Like, it's just he's a brilliant actor, very legendary actor, and I think it's just BS how they're treating him, but he is doing his music. He's bringing back his rap career though. Apparently,
All right, listen, we're talking about that. He is my favorite actor. He's my like star. I love Will Smith. I had all his albums, records. I mean, like I love Will Smith. And I do hope he brings his music back.
Yeah, I like Will Smith too. Yeah, maybe not my favorite actor, but he's up there.
he's definitely part of my
Well,
childhood.
he's the guy that I look up to, you know, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Sorry, I'm popping popcorn, but
I mean, his legendary movies, bro. Independence Day, Bad Boys, iRobot, stuff like that. I mean,
iRobot, yeah.
and one of my favorite films of all time, Pursuit of Happiness. Absolutely.
See,
love
that's
that.
hands down. See, that's what I'm talking about. My favorite hands down. Well, it'd be like number 4, maybe. Will Smith, Pursuit of Happiness.
Yep. Also, I actually enjoyed Hancock. I think it was pretty good. I mean, I get why people didn't like it, but I enjoyed it.
I didn't like it, but now that I'm having a new outlook on hero movies, like, see, look, when I go see a superhero movie, I'm expecting a superhero. I got kind of like my vigilante. I wanted a superhero. Interesting story. I just wasn't into it.
It's more of a comfort film for me. It's like it's not the best film, but it's like one of the films I can just throw on and just sit back and just relax. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get you. Mine is it's not the breaths you take, but the moments that take your breath away.
Yeah.
And I was reading, I think Will Smith made that quote. It's not about the number of breaths you take, but the moments that take your breath away. And the whole romantic vibe, once being a nerd or like one of those like geeky guys and then being able to get the girl, like that's awesome.
Yeah.
Also, the Collateral Beauty with him, Ed Norton, and Keira Knightley was really good too.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Shoot, what was that one with him and Hitch? Was it called Hitch?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
What, the romantic one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Hitch.
Yeah. Those earlier days of films like Adam Sandler, Will Smith, that stuff was a lot of my childhood. Well, growing up.
I mean, who doesn't know Fresh Prince?
Yeah, right. It was Fresh Prince for me, Martin, Martine, stuff like that. Shows King and Queen, Seinfeld. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, pretty much all that stuff. The Bernie Mac show. It's awesome.
Oh man, I'm a dork.
Bernie
I
Mac.
mean, like, no, I know every single one of them. I have to. It's my job to know who those people are. But like, I grew up with okay, the famous Jet Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I grew up with that. I grew up with That's So Weird. I grew up with Disney Channel, High School Musical.
High School Musical. And that's funny because you watch, Zac Efron in that and then seeing what he does later down the line. It's just, yeah. I'm very interested in seeing what he does in the future with his acting because I think that and that Ted Bundy thing he did was pretty good. Even though I don't like,
He's done a lot of, well, not a lot, but he's like Neighbors. Remember, he's the next door neighbor in the movie, movie Neighbors.
He's also in Baywatch. The Dwayne.
My Dirty Grandpa.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The one where he's in the apartment with his two friends.
Yep.
17 again.
Oh yeah, 17 Again I really liked him in 17 Again.
I like his friend with his like millions and billions of dollars, and he just has a bunch of cool like Star Wars memorabilia everywhere.
Yeah.
Right. And how good.
No, go ahead. Nah. Yeah, man. Me personally, I think the summer of cinema for 2023 was probably the best, but um, for sure, I think my best memories for this year is in the summer for sure.
Cocaine Bear was like the best theater experience of this year. Just everybody was there to have a good time, and everybody was just laughing all the whole time.
Mine would probably be, I think. I mean, I would say Across the Spider Verse would probably be my. Even though I had a lot more than I have had in a while since COVID and all that, for sure.
You know, now that you guys are saying that, I'm looking at Cocaine Bear. How did that make the list?
It's not my list. It's just a bunch of films that came out this year I just put together, just to give concept of talking about best cinema. Have you seen my list of my top 20?
No, is it on your page?
Here, I'll show you. Hold on, real quick. Hold on 1 second. There we go. I don't know if y'all can read that or not. So it goes number 1, Across the Spider Verse, 2, Iron Claw, 3, Oppenheimer, 4, Killer of the Flower Moon, The Color Purple is number 5. And I haven't done a review for that yet, but I really love that film. Guardians 3, Past Lives, Air, Mission Impossible, Creed 3, John Wick 4, The Covenant, Clone Tyrone, Autonomy of The Fall, Turtles, Wonka, Poor Things. No, Blackberry, then Poor Things, and then Holdovers and A Good Person. That's my list.
Was Wonka any
Okay.
good? I've heard a
Yeah,
lot different.
Say again?
Is Wonka any good? Because I actually heard a bunch of different things. Like it wasn't that good.
I enjoyed it. It does pay homage to both films, to the original and then the Johnny Depp one. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. Timothy Chalamet is a really good actor and a singer.
All right. How did you feel about Who Cloned Tyrone?
I fucking love that film so much. I love the concept of it. The whole concept.
All right, hear me out. You're right. I love the part where they make them nerdy. Like she talks about, like she makes a whole lot of nerdy fantasy references. But I felt like they could have done more. Like with that, I don't know, bro. I didn't love it, I guess.
I love it. Isn't the best film, but it's good enough for me, and the concept of it is kind of like eerie for me, and I love that kind of concept of where they were going with that. And it's something that I like films that kind of just bring up
Yeah.
stuff and kind of play with that concept and be creative about it. Kind of
Like when he the chicken, when they're eating the chicken and everyone's just laughing.
kind of like films like Boys in the Hood, films like that, or films like that, or like y'all just talking about, like Left Behind and stuff like that. Concepts and being creative with it. Yeah. Mission Impossible really shocked me. I think it's my personal favorite out of the whole franchise. for sure. But Past Lives is good. Air was awesome. I loved Air.
What was Air about?
So Nike basically trying to get Michael Jordan to sign a deal with their shoe, Nike, and create Air Jordan, and pretty much had like Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, and a couple
Oh, so
other.
it was kind of like a Michael Jordan story.
Yeah, it was really his mother that played a big part in that. His mother. It's
Or
really
like
good.
what was the King Richard movie, kind of?
Yeah, pretty much. The Color Purple, that was pretty good too. Yep. Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon. I just noticed that between Iron Claw and Color Purple was Color Purple. I know it's based on the original. Was that an actual true story?
I don't remember, but it was on Oprah. Hey, it's 2023. I can look it up. Hold up.
Well, I'm gonna go hit the dusty trail. I'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.
Appreciate you. I think after this, I'm gonna hit a break for the live. I'm gonna try to get film back in here.
Yeah, me too. It's not based off of a true story, but
Okay. That's
but
cool.
yeah, I'm gonna hop down, man. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, guys, I'm gonna hit a break. See if I can get him back in here. If I can't, then I might end the live. But yeah. But if I have to end the live, thank you for everyone that joined and a part of this podcast episode. I'm gonna hit a break. If he doesn't come back, then I'll just come back and say my piece, and then I'll end the live. So give me like a couple minutes. If I can find the break button. Pause live. Okay, gotcha. You can't pause. What do you mean you can't pause the live? That's dumb. That's stupid. Hang 1 second, guys. Oh, man. I'm going to give it about 5 minutes. If he doesn't respond, I'll just end it here. Well, you know what? I think I'm going to end it. But again, thank you for everyone that joined the live tonight. It was pretty cool. This is a Cinema Fans podcast. And I know I started this back in October. But after the last couple of episodes, I've kind of debated on what I wanted to do with this live stream podcast going forward. And I just come to this conclusion that I think it's one of the things I'm just going to leave behind this year, going into 2024, and leave it behind, because it's a good concept, but it's to a point that it's hard to, for one, getting it uploaded to YouTube, to keeping on subject, which is really annoying. 3, not having control over my podcast sometimes, because sometimes I'll have a live podcast and it'd be going nuts and crazy, and I'm not even a part of it for most of it, where I have to be quiet, and I just don't like that. So I think going forward, I'm definitely gonna do a podcast, but it's gonna be different. I might change it up, but yeah, we'll see. Just going forward, at the end of this year, I'm just going forward into 2024. I'm not doing any more of these like live streams like this, But anyway, I hope everyone has a great New Year's Eve. And if you want to rewatch this podcast episode, it will be on YouTube tomorrow. But yeah, thank you for watching, and follow for more.